up, everybody? Welcome to the Bento Boxcast. Yes, sir. Here we go. Episode 4. Quattro. 4. Yeah. I don't know any other words for 4, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. I'm excited. I've been so excited for this episode. Our main topic is going to be off the Chizang.
Spicy, honestly.
It's going to be so good. Oh my. That's how good it's going to be. I'll be eating on mic. That's how good it's going to be. We have a super special guest. Our first guest
definitely
ever.
Special.
He is the guy with the fucked up hairline.
The McDonald's arches.
The Vegeta hairline. The one, the only, the little dick. I'm kidding. I know you got a big old
demonetized.
Alex.
All right, we're gonna have to start this over because we talked about this. And you will address me as the premier guest, the one with the perfect hairline from the one and only Playing Pod podcast. So,
well, there you go. The Playing Pod podcast with Alex and John.
No, we're gonna start this over. Hector,
every Monday on YouTube and Spotify. Isn't that right, Alex?
Yeah, every Monday. We are the most video gamers podcast in all the land, and I made that up myself.
Give me my credit.
I knew where that was leading.
This is not. We's not continuing unless you give me my credit.
I can't. No.
Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on from that.
You went from not continuing to continuing.
Right, yeah. You are from the most video gamist podcast on YouTube, but you're here at the most animeist podcast on YouTube, where we anime podcasts. Isn't that right, Hector? I stole their line. You saw that? You saw I stole their line?
How do I respond? How does Sean respond? Welcome.
We are the Jurassic Park. We are the what was I said? Street Fighter.
There you go. Yeah, and you said it the exact same too. Street Fighter.
Yeah. We're all the opposite shit that you guys are. That's somewhat similar, Alex. We were copying you, which is the best form of flattery.
Disgusted by what I'm listening to.
Oh wait! Before we continue, guys, we need the have you ever had?
Oh my god, Jonathan, if you can edit that in, please.
we need to get the soundboard and have the exact same sounds and everything and But anyways, guys, if you guys are interested in listening to these guys' podcasts, the Gig Jar Boys over here, Alex and John. Mondays when you wake up, it's already there, right? You guys set up for like 6 in the morning, some shit.
6 in the morning.
I wake up with a notification when it comes out. Like, oh shit, it's already ready. Ready to start my day. Listen to these
Monday
guys
morning.
Talking shit about us. Can't wait. Love it.
Oh well, not the last pod. The last pod they kind of said they were gonna save. No. They said they were gonna save it for this. So I'm excited. I'm ready.
Alex still did talk a little bit of shit, but we're going everywhere. Let's try to get this back on track because this isn't the Playing Pod where you guys just ramble on for like 20 fucking minutes. This is the anime podcast where we talk about anime. But before we get to the anime topic, how was your week? How was your week, Hector?
Man, honestly, dude, it's been phenomenal. Literally the day we're recording, I just got the internet that I've been waiting for. Oh no, not my job.
Can I interject real quick? Rafa, I have to. These lazy youngins, man, they don't go to work. Dude,
oh my god. Hey man.
No wonder this country's going the way it is. These youngins.
Wow.
Anything about hard work.
Exactly. Hector's out here not working, being supported by the government, and now he has better internet.
Oh, you already know those vibes.
I should just quit. I should just quit my job.
I mean,
we need to go. We were born in the wrong generation, dude.
Catch an unemployment check, dog.
Living off, man, government cheese. How you get 300 megabits off government cheese?
Hey, I mean,
megabits. How you get that teraflop? How you get that teraflop?
Oh man, dude. Yeah, man. It's this whole like COVID really brought out the best in people, aka getting me the ability to just chill out at home and
what is happening?
Cash on this unemployment check. Know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say oof to that. And Alex, how was your week? We're just gonna go ahead and move away from that.
I had a. Hold on. No, Hector, no.
Alex, don't acknowledge it.
No,
Don't acknowledge it.
I'm on your podcast telling you no. My week was great. I'm very excited to be here on the most animes podcast. You guys are probably my favorite anime podcast because I only listen to one, but you heard it here.
Nice. We win by default.
Absolute favorite.
I love it.
Yeah. So no, pretty good week. Pretty good week. I saw some motion pictures. That yeah, we'll talk about those. I'm assuming.
Oh yes, I cannot wait. My week was great. Thank you for asking, both of you. I know you guys were very excited.
Hey man, you cut me off. I'm not gonna ask you.
My week was going pretty well, except Alex ruined it today because Alex was being an ass in our group chat. He got under my skin a little bit. Yes,
I didn't do anything.
Sure.
A hardworking citizen, unlike Hector, I was working all day.
Wow. By the way, listeners, Alex was here talking shit about how I love girly anime to our group chat, and then I'm angry at you, but we will continue.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Continue.
I didn't say anything wrong.
These are just straight facts. Sorry.
I like what I like.
See?
I don't care. I'm moving on. All right.
Damn. Case proven.
Anyway, you guys, we have a new segment, isn't that right, Hector? I think the segment's pretty new.
Oh, it's brand new, spicy, fresh out the kitchen.
Oh my god, that sounds pretty new. Is it tasty?
Oh, the tastiest.
Alex, is it tasty for you too? I gotta ask Alex. He's our guest.
It's all right.
Backwash. Clean the spoon after it got to me, so I just got his mouth.
we first of all, we with our hands here, right? Get it straight.
All right, well, I
Rafa,
tasted Hector's fingers. We didn't re-dip his fingers.
We eat with chopsticks here. Come on, man.
But anyways, the new segment is we didn't even name it. Comments. We didn't even come up with a fucking name. We're that fucking.
This was your idea.
It was my idea. It wasn't. I take full blame for this one. We literally did not have a name for this. It's called comments. There you go. Simple. Woo! Wasn't that hard, everybody?
I'm happy. Yeah.
Yay! Round of applause. This is where we read your guys' comments from the past episode. Episode 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, episode 3. Got to make sure.
What?
So, I counted. Damn it! Shut the fuck up. We have from the last podcast. We have Corey Kara Podcast. I think that's the name of the person
way to
who
butcher
commented.
their name.
Yeah, sorry about that. I barely know how to speak English, so their comment says, "Favorite old school anime?" ? Keep up the great content, guys. Ooh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Shout out them.
Before we go ahead and answer that question really quick, I just want to say, if you guys are interested, check these guys out. They have their own podcast, which is brand new. They barely have 2 episodes up. But unlike us weeaboos over here, we only talk about anime. Hector, shut up. They actually talk about Japan in general. So if you're interested in more than just anime, but more in like Japanese culture, the language, things like that, they talk about that stuff more in depth. They actually lived in Japan, so they have all that experience. So if you guys want to check something out that's a little bit more out there, that relates more to the Japanese culture, that's not just anime, go check them out. I listened to the podcast. I liked it. Brand new guys, just like us, brand new. They're barely on episode 2. So I say go check them out if you guys want to try something different. That's not just anime or video games like Alex here, because that's what we do. We do anime. Alex does video games.
If I pretend that you're not hurting me, you lose power.
Feed me.
No, I will not, sir.
But yeah, that's it. That's all they commented. That was all the comments. Yay! Round of applause. So moving on to the next part of this podcast. Hector, you want to introduce me? Because I do it for you.
Oh yeah. Ready. Well, I don't know how you do this, bro. It's so hard. and today for the new segment, Channel 10 on today on Anime Bento Boxcast News, it's here with your new correspondent, Rafa.
Thank you so much, Hector. Here I am out of the fields. It's raining. It's windy. It's not raining. I'm inside my room and it's dry. So anyways, it's not really news. It's just this article I found on Crunchyroll, which I found very interesting, and also talks about the best anime in the world. Hector, I think you already know what I'm going to bring up.
Oh no.
You already. Oh my god.
Alex, I'm so sorry.
Another podcast. Alex, do you know which anime I'm talking about?
Sorry.
Yeah, of course. I've
sorry.
only known you for what, 25 years.
What is it, Alex?
Corey in the House.
Let's go.
Close. You're very, very close, but it's not Corey in the House. It's K-On! Oh my god.
Oh, that was so
yes,
close.
sir. Another beautiful week, another beautiful podcast where I can talk about this most amazing, lovely, delicious anime K-On! Hector, anytime I can, I will talk about this anime. I'm letting you know right now. I don't care. Fight me.
I'm not
you
surprised.
two, Alex. 2v1 handicap match. Hell in a Cell. Fight me. I don't care. I'm going to talk about K-On! So,
you gotta do all that to throw hands?
I know, right?
Yeah, yes. For K-On!, yes, I will. So pretty much what the article was talking about is that, as we talked about the last episode, the 10-year anniversary for K-On! Just passed by. I think it was last month. And they were talking about how this anime that came out really affected this small town in Japan, because, fun fact, the high school in the show is based off in a real grade school that's in this really small town. This town's like the top 200 smallest towns in Japan. Like, it's a really tiny ass town. And before this anime, it was really quiet. You know, it's still fairly quiet because it's a small town, but they have tourists now because people are coming in to visit the school, and there's cafes dedicated to the K-On! Characters and things like that. So it's a new. Oh, it's not really new anymore because it's been around for 10 years, but it's a really interesting dynamic to see how this anime about these girls just playing music at their club really affected and changed this town. It was such an interesting read because they even considered they can't even tear down the school apparently. Like I don't think the school's even in service or whatever. Like they're not using the building, cool. But they can't tear it down because it's considered like a historical building or some shit. Like the cool. Show made it help it become that. It wasn't just the show, but the show really helped it push to get that school recognized in that way, which is really fucking cool. And to see the attention of detail that the studio did to replicate the school, and like there's the actual pictures you can see, and it looks exactly the same. And it's really cool to see how this anime really affected the real life. You know, it's not just a bunch of fat idiots out here watching anime. It's really affecting people's lives out here.
I'm offended.
Well, did it.
I'm the fat and you're the idiot. Come on now, keep up.
Right.
Nice. Dude, that reminds me of, it's not anime, but Breaking Bad when Walter threw that pizza on that house.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that's a real house. Real people live there. So people kept driving to New Mexico to recreate that scene. Throw pizzas on this poor family's house. Like so much so the police had to get involved. That's what that reminded me.
Wow.
That's bad because that's gonna smell like fucking cheese and shit and like sauce.
Not the worst though.
But there's worse.
In this case, it's better because it's like business for the town and like.
I can argue with you that it was business for the pizza places that were getting these pizzas.
Okay, good point. Good point. I'm not. You know what? Good point. All right. But anyways, that was the segment. I just wanted to really talk about how awesome K-On! Is and how much I love it. And one day I hope to visit this town.
Oh, okay. And
where's the town? I'm sorry. Where's the town located?
In Japan.
Wow.
Oh, it's okay. Cool.
Okay. Well, and everybody, that was it for the segment today of the news. Thank you, Rafa. That was shitty. Anyways, go ahead. Continue.
Wow, thanks. Thank you. Hey, when I'm your news correspondent, I treat you nice.
We should check
Yeah.
the tapes. Anyways, continue.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Exactly. Shut up. Anyways, guys, we have a special guest here, Alex, right? Alex,
That's me.
you like anime, right?
Oh.
Eh.
All right. Well, that's
You
the end of the podcast,
you
guys.
see-
Thank you guys so much.
If I got on this podcast and didn't like it. yes, I do. Thanks to you, I might add. Yes.
Right. You've seen some of the animes, some of the animation of Japan, right?
Yeah, I've seen Japanese
Right.
animation.
Oh, awesome. What are some of the ones you've seen?
Uh-oh. I've seen in their entirety. I've seen Cowboy Bebop, Death
Nice,
Note.
beautiful.
I saw Dragon Ball Z, not Kai, the original run when I was growing up. Pokemon's. Oh my God, I've
Pokemon
seen
doesn't
more.
really add.
As Japanese and the animated accounts. What else? Hold on. I got one more for you that I've seen. Does
My
Castlevania
Hero.
count? My Hero.
Yes.
Yes. My Hero. Attack on Titan. Thank you for reminding me. I seen one episode of Naruto.
Nice. Castlevania
Yu-Gi-Oh.
counts. Remember we were watching that show Baki? Remember that?
Oh yeah, we saw all of Baki.
We saw like half to the season of that.
Yeah, that just sucked.
So as you guys could, it was pretty bad. As you guys could clearly hear,
Afro Samurai.
Alex oh yes sir, Afro Samurai.
Mhm.
Love it. As you guys can hear, Alex likes anime. He doesn't go around telling everybody like Hector and me over here. He keeps it on the down low. But just like our friendship, Alex, I've been let down many, many times.
Hey man.
You like that? You like that segue? Because we're talking about letdowns in anime. Just like our friendship.
I should have come on this shit.
But by the way, guys, before we get into it, this is spoiler talk here. We are going to be spoiling shows here. Most of the ones that Alex just pointed out. So just a heads up. If you have not seen these shows, and if you do not want these shows to be spoiled for you, move on. Go to the next part, because we will be spoiling things from here on out. Just in this part. The one that I want to talk to you about, Alex, just see how you feel, is the one that we both felt some type of way. With Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
And
Man, it still hurts, man. It still hurts.
Dude.
I never knew that drawings can hurt me so much.
Oh god.
Yeah, see, Hector, I know you've seen some of Death Note, but you haven't finished it.
No, I definitely just saw like clips of it, and I've seen like the memes where like some of the characters get shown and stuff like that. And I've never actually like watched it in its entirety, or like even given it a chance really. So like, I mean, from your guys' reactions, I don't even know if I want to, but
no, you should. Like, we are like, oh man, it sucks, or like there was a letdown in there. There is, but the show itself, it's still that good. It still holds up as one of those anime that you should watch, even though the first half, I consider it like kind of like the halfway point where something happens, which we'll talk about right now. I consider the first half, and then there's the second half. The first half is way stronger. Like I would, if I would rate it, I would give it like an A, as an example, and then the second I would give like maybe like a B minus or some shit, right? So the part that we're talking about, Alex, the part that we relate to, or the part that we know that's like, fuck, what did they just do? It's the part where, sorry, Hector, we're spoiling it for you too.
Hector, cover your ears.
Cover your ears, Hector.
They're covered.
It's the part where L, the genius detective who is hunting down Lights, aka Kira, aka the user of the Death Note, gets killed or dies, right?
Oh my God.
At the exact, Alex knows he feels the pain. At that
I
point,
thought I was over it and strong enough to talk about this, but I might not be.
Find the strength within you, Alex. Find it.
I have to.
It sucks. It's plain and simple. The show, because the show, as you remembered, Alex, it's this cat and mouse game between Light and L, right? Light is going. He's out here with the Death Note, killing people. He has become the new justice of the world. L's like, bro, you can't do that. There's rules. There's laws in place. You can't just be killing people. So they're chasing each other, trying to. Well, L's trying to catch Light, and Light, well, he's trying to take out L. And at a certain point, Light succeeds in killing L. Right.
Oh my god.
And then the show does this thing where it's like, well, we don't have an L, but we still need someone to be going against Light, because Light's a genius. He's genius level guy. He's super smart, right? So they're like, well, we need someone to be able to go against Light, and still kind of have the counterparts to him, which they introduce two new characters who are L's kind of like successors, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the little kid with the white hair and the other guy. I forgot that guy's name.
Yeah, because they suck.
Yeah, I don't remember either of their names.
So man, look, Hector.
Go ahead.
So the way Rafa was explaining it,
okay,
it sounds like it's coming off as we're upset that this character died in the middle of it, and we're like hurt about it. While yes, it is true that I was hurt by his death. It was the fact that the show had the audacity to try to continue the story with the same speed and momentum, with two other characters halfway in the middle, and they tried to combine them to be as cool as L, and to be to the level he was at.
And also the guy with I think he had orange hair, like the second guy, he kind of like leaves for like half of the sections in. He's gone like half of the fucking time. He shows up like towards the end again for whatever reason. Like the guy just fucks off. Like he's just like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go join a gang or some shit. Leaves, and then he comes back later on. Like it's really Light and this like white haired kid who's
fucking what's his name? L Light, like the Aldi brand L. Oh,
right.
God,
and at that point with the show is like, you're not really watching it for that cat and mouse dynamic, which where L and Light. You're really just watching to see what happens to Light. Kind of in the vein of like Breaking Bad, non-anime, where you're just seeing what happens with Walter White towards the end. It's kind of like the same way. That's the way that I feel about the show with that second half.
Yeah, because you just love both characters of Light and L. So you really it was you were torn between Light is technically in the wrong and L's technically in the right, but the show does such a good blurring of all the lines. And I mean, like, the reason it sucks because L isn't necessarily the bad guy, and he's not even really portrayed as that, even though he's technically the antagonist of the show. You fucking love him because he's so awesome, and then you love Light even though he murders people. But yeah, I see the Breaking Bad correlation with it. But man,
right.
It's just, when he died, I still wanted to finish the show. The second half, you're right, it's still very strong. Like the ending doesn't disappoint necessarily. It's just,
no, it does not.
I wish L would have made it all the way through. Even if they killed him at the end, it would have been a bigger payoff to see him go through it all the way. But
like, imagine all that setup and all that crazy shit that Light was coming up towards the end of the show with L involved. Like
that would have been so much cooler.
Because Light, he comes out with some crazy ass plans. Like some plans are just like, how does that even work? But they somehow explain it to you and it fucking works. And it's yeah.
Well,
that sucked.
I got a question for you guys though. So you're saying that L died. When he died in mid-season, I guess, when that happened, or it was like first season, or like it happened throughout the entire course of the first season, or like it was like first season cuts off or midway, and then they add somebody new.
I think it's all considered one season. I don't think there's two seasons.
So
yeah, I think it was one run.
So at the end of that season, did his death, like, was it one of those where you like, were you angry at how he died, or did you like flip in like a good way, where you're like, oh my god, like the build up to his death was insane, and like obviously it caused you guys to like feel some type of way, but like, did it make you guys think like, is this like a great way for him to die, or were you guys angry the way he died? I don't know exactly how, obviously, because I haven't watched it, but for those of you that did and kind of got to that point, like, how did it make you feel, I guess?
Alex, you want to answer that?
See, I wasn't. That's a good question because I wasn't mad at how he died. It was more so just the fact that, I guess for me, because I knew how many episodes we had left, and I think watching it while it was airing is a little different. But
Okay.
you know, I knew that I had damn near half of this show left. One of my favorite characters just got killed, and he was pretty much, very much a centerpiece of the show up until this point, because you know it's him versus Light. So I'm like, what the hell is going to happen now? And what they replaced him with is essentially the same thing, same you know concept in the show. It's still an antagonist to Light, very similar, but it's just not quite the same. So for me, I just didn't. They took that away from me, and I was just like, I don't really care about these two other characters as much as I did.
Okay.
L. Yeah, L.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much what I was saying. Is it sucked. It's like losing a main character, like in because he was a main character,
Yeah,
but it's like
was.
he was such a force, you know. Like I don't even know how to really explain it. It's like it's like if fuck, I don't know. Like I guess in wrestling, I'm just gonna try to see if this works. If Stone Cold and The Rock and like The Rock decided to go do Hollywood years early and just left Stone Cold behind. I don't know if that works, so I'm going for it. Fuck it. Whatever.
It's a reach, but you can.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess it sucks.
I guess my follow-up question to that would be if they kind of gave more of a backstory and kind of built more story behind the two other characters that replaced L, would you guys have maybe liked it more, or like do you feel like they did give enough backstory to them and then they just completely were like or rather the viewers and you like both were like I just don't care about these two because L was that important to the whole story?
It's the thing with that is that like they did give more backstory for the characters and also L. They kind of say like, okay, this is where L came from. This is how L became L, and these guys are walking down that same path as L to become these master detectives or whatever. But the thing is that like you have this such as a strong and unique character as L. Where whenever he was on screen, he's the main thing you're looking at when he's on screen, right? He's your focus, and he could just be him talking about whatever, some side shit, or he could just or the scene's not really about him. He still has that presence in mind in your head. There's L. Like okay, the Light's dad is talking to this other guy who are in the police force, but L's over there in that corner. You still know where he is. Like he has that presence, he has that charisma. Something about L, something about that character just drives you to like him. Like, he's weird. He's eccentric. He does things his own way. Something about L, you like him, right? And you might not agree with all his philosophies. You might not agree with what Light says and shit like that. But it's you like them as a character. You might not have to agree with everything what they believe in, but you still like them as a character. And having such a strong character like that, and then trying to replace them with these two other guys, which one, like I said, ends up fucking off for the rest of the show. It's really hard to catch that lightning in the bottle with L, pretty much. It's like if they decide to kill off Heisenberg halfway through Breaking Bad and have another white guy come in and try to be Heisenberg. It's not going to be the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our letdown. Me and Alex's letdown in anime. I think that's our biggest one, right? I don't think you have.
Yeah.
I don't think you have another one, Alex.
No, that's bigger than that one. No.
Do you have anything else that you've been let down before in anime?
In anime, no, not really. Nothing to that extent. But it's like, yo, what the fuck happened? And I'm so hurt. Except for, I guess, what is that show we saw together? Baki, whatever the fuck.
Baki, yeah.
That was a letdown too. It opened up so strong. A bunch of swole motherfuckers. We could curse here, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of swole motherfuckers. I didn't wait for y'all to answer.
Well, I appreciate you still asked.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. A bunch of swole motherfuckers beating the shit out of each other for the first couple episodes. We were so into it, and then it just turned into something else. And I was just like, what is this?
Like the show itself was already over the fucking top and silly,
Yeah.
but like it took it to a level. It was just like, okay, you guys are really, really asking me to look away at the stupid shit, and I can't. I just can't look away no more.
I think the problem with it's called Baki, right?
Yeah, Baki.
I think the problem with it is like it started off very on the nose. You know, we're just showing you some swole people beating the shit out of each other, and then for some reason the writer decided to take it so like super seriously in the lore of the story.
I remember the part that. I remember the part that we were like, okay, this is fucking stupid. It's so like these swole ass dudes are coming out, right? And then for whatever the fuck reason, the story stops, goes to tell you about some information about some random shit, like, this mineral is the hardest mineral in the whole fucking world. It's compressed by 1,000 years of pressure and like all these crazy ass facts that has nothing to do with the fucking show. And it comes back to the show and says, this guy, Baki, he could break that in one punch. It's like,
what
really?
the hell?
Really? You're gonna waste our time?
Dumb.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. It's so
man,
fucking
we
dumb.
were so mad.
You just unlocked the memory in my fucking brain when you were just talking about that shit. I just had like a flashback sitting in your basement, like, oh my god, this is the reason why we stopped watching this shit. It's like
that moment is engraved in my mind forever. Just when it broke us, because we were binging that shit. It was like early in the morning because we were on it for a couple hours.
It's like saying like, Hector, electricity is a bajillion watts going through your system, and your nerves feel like they're sticking out of your body, and like you'll die in 2 seconds if you touch that electricity. And if I flick you with my middle finger, it's like being hit like 1,000 times worse than that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about right now?
God.
Like, it's like instead of showing you how badass these dudes are, these swole ass, oily ass dudes beating the shit out of each other, they're like, hey, hold up, let me tell you about this crazy ass rock in the earth and how hard it is. This guy right here, he could break that rock. It's like, thanks, bro. Really, thank you for telling me.
Oh
like,
my god.
Like it's and the stupid thing about the fucking show. You guys got me ranting now. The stupid thing about this fucking show is that the show seriously did not need to do that. It did not need. The introduction of the bad guys were so over the top and fucking stupid and retarded, but in a good way. Like this is one guy who he was imprisoned in a submarine in a submarine underwater, like thousands and thousands of like miles underwater, right? Like if you somehow ended up outside of the submarine, you would die by the water pressure. Like legit. Like your body would be crushed by the pressure. That's how strong, like that's how underneath water they were. This guy somehow broke out and just swam to the fucking top. Like nothing. Like just like, bro, I'm out of here, bro. I'm just gonna go fight some swole dudes. And it's like right there, that's all you need to see. He survived water pressure. Like you don't need to explain to me. I'm watching
to the nearest continent.
Yes, like they're like in the middle of like the Atlantic Ocean, just like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Anime.
And this guy's just like, and that's the point. And that's the point we're trying to make. It's like, just show it to us. Don't explain it. If you're don't wait.
The story was that this dude Baki is so powerful that he attracted, for whatever reason, just the most powerful people on the planet. That's literally the premise of the show.
The fight aura. Like his fight aura was so strong.
Dude was so in heat with fightingness that he attracted all the other dudes that are just murdered. Like this dude sweeped this guard's legs, and his legs were gone. He sweeped his legs completely off.
And then there's this other dude who had blades in his elbows. Like, why does he have blades in his elbows? And he's fucking dudes up, bro. He's fucked. Like, he's cutting them like if you take a piece of paper and cut it like with scissors, that's how he was fucking these guys up. Like, he was leaving nothing behind. Like, he was wrecking people. Like, it's... So
obviously the show was a guilty pleasure. It's not like, oh, I'm watching this for the greatest writing of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
But then and somewhere in the middle they just decided to just make it real-ish. I don't know.
It's not even real-ish. It's just like it's almost like factual
within like the world. I'm if Marvel to all of a sudden started explaining to you the properties of adamantium and telling you what chemicals are in there, it's just like, what the fuck is this? Just punch him in the face.
I don't care.
It feels like it almost feels like if like someone else watched the show and started telling you about the show.
Yeah.
Like a secondhand like show almost. Like, bro, I saw this show where this guy, bro, he punches harder than fucking minerals, bro. He punches really hard, bro. And he fucked this one dude up, bro. It was so fucking crazy. Like, that's how it felt. And fuck that show. And I'm pretty sure we're in the minority. Like, apparently people like this show, but fuck that show.
All of them are wrong.
Yeah, they're no.
I have a friend who loves that show, and he will continuously recommend it to me. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I also don't like the.
He's not your friend, though.
I don't like the way it looks too. It's like CGI-ish, right?
My God!
Yes,
right.
He is right.
There was one fight scene where they decided to take it into fucking Unreal Engine 1, and they didn't even like move them. It was so ugly. Like, they should have just drawn it.
Yeah, like
Hector, you're right.
I'm telling you, that's the biggest turnoff for me is whenever I see it. Right? It's not even like, okay, the premise of a fighting anime, that's cool. That's like something kind of common, right? But when I saw that it was CGI and on Netflix, granted Netflix has some good shows, right? But the CGI part just threw me off so fucking hard because it's like there's some good CGI like animes, don't get me wrong, but that one just looked so shitty. I'm like, nah, man, I cannot.
But the whole show wasn't even CGI. It was specific scenes, and it was so jarring when it was switched from the already ugly style to the even uglier 3D.
It's like, and I remember when we were watching it, Alex, I was like, okay, I'll forgive it for the CG. Like, I'm pretty sure they'll show me something else and not CG, and it'll be fucking badass. I kept forgiving the show.
You verbally forgave it because you told me that when we were watching it.
and then like, why did I forgive it? It's like I was being abused by the show, and I can't. You guys don't know. This show can change. This show can change, and I was being abused by the show. So no. Hector, do not watch it.
I'm not going to watch it. I never planned on it.
Ignore your friend. Ignore your friend. Don't watch it. Tell him it's a piece of shit.
Jesus.
Wait, Hector, I would like to know your letdown.
I
didn't catch it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ooh, there's a few, honestly, but I would say probably one of the biggest ones, and I think it's for my own reason, is Hunter x Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's honestly because of the ending. I think I mentioned it in the last pod episode. Go ahead.
Sorry, really quick before you go to Hunter x Hunter, I have a quick question for you about Hunter x
Hunter.
Before you start talking about what let you down. So I know Gon, right? His name is Gon or Gong or whatever.
Yeah.
I know he makes that thing where he gives up being able to use the Nen to become like super powerful or whatever. Like, he becomes like adult Gong or whatever.
Kind of,
right?
yeah.
And his hair's like super fucking long, like defying gravity. You know what I'm talking about? So at the end, when he finishes, he's fighting that cat person, right? Like, that kind of looks like a doll. At the end of that fight, where he goes back to a kid, is that the end of the show? Like, does he not ever get the Nen back? Like, is he fucking done?
So I don't remember the specifics, but I don't think he gave up Nen. I think he just kind of lost control of it, and that's what transformed him into like what he transformed into.
I could have sworn that the what he said, or when I was like looking into that, was saying that like he gave up Nen pretty much. Like he gave it up. I swear I think that's what it was. That like he gave it up. almost. Like that's how he was able to, because you know how you know this better than I do, but you know how like the Nen stuff works. Like you have to sacrifice something, or you have to put
Yeah.
a limitation on yourself to be able to use that power. I thought like he put the limitation himself where he could never use Nen again. I think that was the
Oh,
what
like to
he
find his like final form or whatever.
to
Kind of like
become
his other friend did.
adult. Yeah, like to become adult, whatever.
Well,
Kong
it's not
or
really like
Gong
I
or,
don't think it's like adult. I think it's just he unlocked his full potential of like Nen, and he's like,
I mean,
let me just go full power, like 100% of like few. Like I think that's what it was. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like it was like he's like, let me just go my full potential in Nen, and then just I'll never be able to access it again, or like
right.
it'll be hard for me to access it again, like one of the two. And
So yeah,
basically after that, like dude, it's one of the craziest scenes in Hunter x Hunter ever. It's like one of the top 5 like scenes in all of it. Not top 5. I think I saw it on like a top 10 list of all scenes in anime, like where it's like a badass moment from the main protagonist. And it's like it's insane, but I think he definitely like he either gave it up or he like limited himself from doing it, because afterwards the fights like kept going for a little bit, and then it kind of got to a weird not a weird ending, but it was kind of like the main bad guy knew, he's like, yeah, like there's nothing I can do here. So it kind of in my that's the part that I didn't really like. It felt like it ended kind of in a weird way, and that's what let me down. And then also like just the whole journey of Gon, like how he went from what he went to from the beginning to that huge ass fight where he just shows full potential, and then going to see like a spoiler, his dad at the end, and going to go find him. Like that whole journey to me was like, dude, like we just saw how badass you could have been, and like that honestly, you bring that up also kind of segues into like why it was such a big letdown, because like Gon is such a badass character. Like he is by far one of the greatest characters in all of anime, right? And Killua's up there with him. But yeah, that scene and then the post everything after kind of just I don't know. I just felt like it ended in such a terrible way.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like because he becomes this like almost god, almost like just the power. He's beating the shit out of that cat person, like just fucking them up, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's just a kid again, and like I don't know. To me, it sounded like he just couldn't do it anymore. Like he was done pretty much. So it sounds like the show just kind of like farted out an ending almost.
Kinda. So that's the thing. It's like I feel like the intention was for sure to like completely give up Nen, but then something happened where they're like, oh well, he can use it again. Like I feel like some type of shit happened like that where it's like, I guess yeah, kind of like just farted out an ending, which was like, bleh.
So like, what happened? Like,
basically in the end, Killua is with his sister, and like them two end up like going throughout the entire world. The main bad guy goes to like commit suicide for the most part with the girl that was like playing chess or whatever that game was. I don't know if you remember the blind girl. So they like go and live like their last few hours because I think they had like poison in them. So like they were gonna die anyway. So they're like, I'm just live like my last few hours with her. And then it kind of just goes back to like, oh, peaceful times, and then it has to go to like this tree. I think it's not called the Tree of Life, but that's what I'm just gonna call it. It's like this giant ass tree where it has like tons of levels, kind of like one of those like dungeons in like one of those like other animes. And he has to climb all the way to the top to meet his father because his father said, "I'll see you up there." And then it ends with him like going towards the gate, Killua and his sister going the other opposite direction, and like them saying peace out, we'll see each other again, and that's it. And then it just ends there. There's no like he meets his dad in the end. Like it just, to me, that's the biggest.
He doesn't meet his dad at all.
No, like he meets him throughout the anime. Like he meets him during that arc as well, I believe, during like the ant arc. But like, yeah, man, like he meets him, and then his dad like dips out like towards the end of that like fight, and he's like, "All right, cool, man. I'll see you at the top of the tree." And it's like, bruh, like going damn near lost Nen and all this other shit. Like you're just gonna dip out when he like needs you most, and like, all right, cool, I guess. But yeah, I just hated the whole "let me go find my dad" arc, like, or the overlaying fucking.
Wasn't that like his
goal? And I hated it.
His goal.
Yeah, I hated that. I'd rather him just be one of those other like shonen type animes where it's like, I want to be the strongest ever, and I'm gonna be the head of the Hunter Society or some dumb shit like that, right? Kind of like Naruto and him becoming Hokage. Like, if it was that, I would have absolutely loved that a lot more than, let me go find my dad. And oh, guess what? At the end of the actual like anime, I don't even find him, bro. Like, I gotta go find him again. Like, all right, cool, you met him, but like, he just ran away again. Like that's to me the biggest letdown. The overall anime, it's a great anime, but I just hated that one singular goal of let me go be with my dad.
Sounds like he has a deadbeat dad. Just fuck off.
For the most part, he's strong as shit. Apparently, like in the whole Nen universe and the whole Hunter x Hunter universe. But like, who cares, bro? Like, it's like they kind of like tease him, sprinkle him in there, like, oh, he's really really strong, or oh, he's part of like the top leaders in the Hunter Association.
Wait, if he's one of the strongest guys, why didn't he help Gong or whatever fight the cat person?
Honestly, I think he was like, this is a fight for Gon, if I remember. He's like, oh man, this is like their fight. This isn't about me. Or like he was just being absent.
What the fuck? He's your fucking son. Oh hell no, dude, fuck this show.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, it's a great watch. Again, this is just, I watched it like, I don't know, like 2 years ago, so it's been a minute, maybe a year and a half ago. But like, this is from what I remember. But overall, I hated the goal of him trying to go meet his dad. I just thought it was the dumbest shit ever, and like whatever.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fucking stupid.
It's a great anime show though, like the action and everything, but that part just sucks.
The parts that I've seen, that looks fucking awesome, but yeah, the ending sounds pretty fucking dumb. Really quick, I'll give you my letdown. I know me and Alex were sharing some here, but I have one very specific that I want to bring up. Soul Eater. I don't know if you've seen Soul Eater.
I love it.
I might have brought it up to you, Alex, too.
You brought it up to me. I've never actually seen it.
So, so pretty much the anime decided to do their own fucking thing at a certain point, like instead of following the manga, which I don't read manga, but for whatever reason I got really into Soul Eater and I started reading the manga after the anime. So like they kind of said, fuck it, we're gonna do our own thing, and I wish they stuck to the manga because the manga is so much better. But it ended with the main character girl, I forgot her fucking name. But they're fighting against like this demon guy, like the demon lord, or like the main bad guy. And like instead of like using, all like this like killer technique, like all this power, everything they went through throughout the show, instead of relying on that and really using what they've learned to kill the main guy, I think her name was Maki. She ran up to the dude and just punched him, and like apparently that was enough because of love and friendship to kill the guy, and it was bullshit. And so I love Soul Eater, but man, like they really fucked up the ending. I was really let down about that ending. I was just like, man, you guys could have done so much better. And the manga was just amazing. The manga just continued. The manga said, "Fuck y'all, fuck this anime. We're doing our own thing," and it was just way better. But I think that's enough with the letdowns. I feel very sad and depressed right now. Just thinking how let down I was, like Alex in our friendship. Isn't that right?
Oh my god.
Hey man, this is the last time I'm on this janky ass
podcast.
Oh my. But oh my god, guys, listen up. Ads, listen up.
I'm listening.
Have to listen up.
Huh?
Yeah, you guys listening?
Yeah.
Moving on to the main part. Ooh, steak, the juicy steak of the podcast. The main enchilada.
Meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes. Thank you. The meat and potatoes. The mashed potatoes and the mac and cheese and.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
My God.
With that kind of party.
Yeah. No, but we're moving on to the main topic today of this podcast, this beautiful podcast we have here today. We set out we put a challenge on ourselves to watch some anime inspired, right? I guess it's inspired.
Yeah.
We were inspired by anime movies. They are what's the term we're using? Anime.
Live action adaptations.
Thank you. Live action adaptations of these animated movies. There's 5 of them that we saw.
That's what they were called.
It's a live action.
Huh?
It's an adaptation. It's an adaptation of the anime. You know, it's live action.
The director's take on what the anime is.
Pieces of shit.
I'm also thinking of shitty movies.
I see what you're doing. Goddamn, you interrupted me for like. Anyways, moving on. There's 5 movies that we saw, and what we're gonna do here today, that we're gonna discuss the movies, and we are going as a group. This is a school project here, guys. Hopefully, we get an A. We are gonna rank them together. We're gonna come up with the list together of these 5 movies, from the best of the best to the worst of the worst. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, really quick, just go through the list. We saw Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Jo. We saw Alita Battle Angel with Christopher Waltz. Right? We saw Dragonball Evolution. We saw Death Note, the Netflix original movie. And last but not least, some might argue with me about this, but I don't give a fuck. I put it on the list. Fight me, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Some might argue it's not anime. I don't care. You can fight me. Fight me on the street.
I will argue. I tried. I tried to argue with you.
I'm letting you know right now. I keep that thing on me.
Okay.
So don't try it. All right. So I feel like we should start off. Let's start with Ghost in the Shell. Let's see what you guys think about Ghost in the Shell. What do you guys think? Right? Good. I'll start kind of somewhere in the middle. I don't want to go straight into bullshit.
Now I have a question. Because we this is a group project and we're trying to obviously order them within the 5 that we saw, right? Together.
Right.
So, for example, a Ghost in the Shell. It wasn't the worst for me. It wasn't the best for me. So, you know, can I be like, yo, it didn't suck as bad as the other ones? Because that's my stance.
Well, I feel like we should just kind of just talk about a little bit about each movie, kind of give our own opinions on what we thought about the movie, and then from there can kind of figure out where to put it from 1 through 5, or 5 to 1, whatever.
1 being the best or 5 being the best?
What do you guys think? What should be the best?
I'd say 1 being the best.
1 best, right? Yeah.
Okay. I want to start. Shut up, both of you. I'm gonna start.
Respect for this place.
Ghost in the Shell. I liked it. Visually. Oh my god, that was just like pouring. What was the thing I said last time, Hector? Pouring Krispy Kreme glaze into my eyeballs. It was just God, we're bringing that back.
Hey, can I look real quick? I was listening to your podcast with my significant other, and that line that you said came up, and the look on her face of pure confusion. She looked at me like I said it, and then asked me, like, what? And I'm like, I understood it. I got exactly what you were saying.
Oh my god!
But I just need to share that with you.
All right, let me
I'm with your significant other. What the hell, dude?
Let's take a bar of Hershey's, chocolate Hershey's, melt it down so it's really saucy, and then just pour it into my eye sockets. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I really don't.
My point is,
mouth. That's all.
I don't want to eat it through my mouth. I want to eat it through my eyes. You know?
I just picture Rafa putting a ladle up with the melted chocolate and just missing it, pouring it into his eyes.
Into my eyes.
He fucking put it a little too high and it just dipped into his eyes. Oh my god!
Blind.
All that chocolate forever. Juice, all that chocolate milky yumminess into my eyes.
Can I ask how hot the liquid is? Like, is it like room temp? Is it just boiled down?
For it to be liquidy, it has to be really hot.
Yeah.
So you're burning your eyes. Got it.
He boiled his eyeballs out.
Well, because
chocolate.
just how delicious and just oh my god it was. Jesus. Anyways, Ghost in the Shell. It's just a visually. It blows me away pretty much. It looks so fucking like amazing. Just how everything looks and how they have like the Neo Tokyo or whatever. Just visually it was great. I really like the opening scene where they show
Oh, you're being serious.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm being serious.
I thought, dude. I promise you. I don't mean to cut you off, but I promise you, I thought you were just fucking around because you're like Scarlett Johansson's damn near naked the whole movie, and that's what you were going with it.
I have an issue with that.
She's essentially.
She is naked, and
I thought you were talking about that.
No, I'm actually.
Like, oh yeah, man, she's naked. It's cool, bro. But
because those special effects were dookie.
No, they weren't.
Oh my god, yes, they were.
When they show the city and like you see like all like the advertisement shit like that didn't look bad. That looked nice.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that looked pretty decent. But I'm like,
That's what
Blade
I'm
Runner
talking
did
about.
it better.
Who?
Blade Runner, the last Blade Runner
I
that
can
came
agree
out.
with
Yeah,
It was the same exact.
right. Like,
that
right,
looked way better.
We're not talking about Blade Runner. We're talking about
Damn.
Ghost in the Shell.
Well, I'm saying it looked.
The bass in his voice.
Continue.
All right. Anyway, look. I'm trying to find the positive parts of this movie.
Oh, you're leading with love.
Thank you. Yes. Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So I like the opening scene where they show Scarlett Johansson coming, like getting together, like they're building her, like her body or whatever. Like that looks really cool. I like that. The visuals were cool. I like how like the cityscape, like it felt like an extension of Blade Runner, like a suburb of like the Blade Runner universe or whatever. Like the city next over, like it had that future look, but like also looked shitty as fuck. Like it had that Blade Runner feel. I really like that a lot. Some of like the robots are pretty cool, like the geisha with the wheels like kind of crawling around in the opening scene. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some of the fight stuff I liked. That's it. That's all the stuff that I liked about the movie. I fucking hated the dialogue. It just like, oh Lord have fucking mercy. The dialogue it got on my fucking nerves. It was like, well, I'm not human. I'm just a ghost in this type of shell that I'm in. Like, really? Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? They did that so many goddamn times. I just kept rolling my eyes. I'm like, who the fuck wrote this goddamn script? And also, the part that I didn't like is like, okay, I understand they're in Japan and we're watching it as an American audience, so it's going to be in English. But why did that old Japanese dude only speak in Japanese? And everybody just spoke in English? What the fuck was that?
Because dude, he does what he wants. He's in a position of power.
I guess
he's the only one who had the Rick Grimes gun in the whole movie. Everybody else
Rick
had
Grimes gun.
By the way, he shot over 6 times before he reloaded. All
Because
right?
it's an anime, Rafa. It's an anime.
No, whatever. Also, it was like, it was so obvious that the main bad guy wasn't really the main bad guy. Like at a certain point, like you can tell, like okay, they're gonna do this thing where they kind of flip it on it. Like I can tell, like the second spoil. I'm gonna spoil these fucking movies. Fuck all of you. The second that the corporate guy shows up, the guy's like, well, she's gonna be in section 9 or whatever the fuck. You can tell, okay, this guy's not like he's not a good guy. Like this guy's shady, and turned out to be he's like the main bad guy pretty much. The guy's in charge of the fucking company or whatever, and then like the whole thing with like they were trying to hide her past, and like it was just like really like this is weird. And also the other part that fucking annoyed the shit out of me, which like it's just like okay, I guess like they're all like runaways or whatever, but like the supposed bad guy and Scarlett Johansson character before they were robots, they were a fucking couple. Of course, you got to make them a goddamn couple. They can't just be two random ass people. They have to have their past connected also.
Well, you thought that the two only white people in Japan weren't gonna be together, Rafa?
Right. Well, hey, to be fair, Scarlett Johansson's character was not white when she was human. She was a Japanese girl.
True, Al.
They
I
did
see
show
what they
that.
did there. They
Yeah.
upgraded her from Japanese to white. Is that what happened?
That's
Oh my god.
Hey man,
The movie made it a
the
point.
movie showed that. The movie did show
made it
that.
a point that her name was Motoko before the
Mhm.
fucking she whatever they kidnapped her, whatever the fuck, and turned into the future of humanity, a white woman, and the one before that was a white man.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying they made it a point in the story to take Japanese people, and the two robots that made it out were the white ones. I'm just saying.
Hey, he's not
Oh.
wrong. That did happen. Yeah, I don't know. Just yeah, this movie it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good in the standards of the 5 that we're watching.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Definitely agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's as far as the movie goes, it's below average. I mean, like you said, the writing was pretty ass, and it was just super predictable down the line.
God.
The action wasn't anything super crazy, to save it. It was just yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're right. The visuals, I was fucking around earlier, but yeah, the visuals are probably the best part of the movie. But whenever that's the case with a movie, the movie sucks.
Like, dude, I'm telling you, I cringed in my fucking seat. I was getting mad when these people were like, "Well, yeah, that's your shell, but your brain, that's your ghost." I'm like, come on, guys, you guys gotta try. You guys gotta try something. Like, you can't just be like, "Well, ghost and shell." Yeah, let's just see how many times you can say ghost and shell throughout the fucking movie.
It's like RoboCop just saying.
Oh
RoboCop
my god, thank
over
you.
and over and over. And
Hold
over
on.
and over
So
again.
that's the funny thing about that movie, though. So I watched it, right, and it made me so depressed that I had to go watch the full animation, the actual anime movie, and then I'm like, well, fuck it, let me go look at the reviews. And there was one person who got genuinely angry. He's like, "This is basically RoboCop but worse." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Wait, what?" And as I kept reading the review comment, he was like, "Absolutely, do not watch this." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good assumption, right? Cool, keep going." And I keep reading. He's like, "This is RoboCop, but like imagine RoboCop saying RoboCop 13,000 more times than he did in the movie." And he goes to say, he's like, "This is just a fully whitewashed movie." And he's like, "Why the hell did anybody have the idea to make this movie?" And then he like harped on this one point, which honestly, as I was watching the live action one, I noticed it a lot. It's like Scarlett Jo, she's naked, right? But she's really wearing like a peach colored suit because but like he was complaining about how she's actually naked in the anime movie, and he's like, "I can't believe they couldn't just show her naked." I'm like,
this dude horny.
I was like, "Yo, I think you're watching the wrong thing, buddy."
Trying to see some titties.
But it was just the funniest thing, just
areolas.
going from the anime live action to the actual anime, and then I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna look at the reviews to see what it's going." And man, that one comment just made my entire day. I was just laughing my ass off. I was like, "Dude, holy shit, man!" But yeah.
Okay.
That movie sucks.
Yeah. So we'll put it somewhere in the middle right now, right?
Mhm.
We're kind of feeling that, like, kind of like
Yeah.
the middle spot, right?
Yeah.
Let's just put it at 3 for now. Let's just put it smack in the middle, 3.
Wait,
You all
before we
agree?
continue, I just want to say I agree. I agree. Hector, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with
Okay.
just a 3. I'm fine with that.
I just want to bring this up before we get deeper into this. So I put money into this film so I can watch it for you guys, and I'm going to fucking bill you people because god damn it.
Oh, this was an experience, boys.
Ah.
Before we continue, I was having a great time laughing my ass off. Let me finish. Just picturing Alex suffering through these movies. Like, Alex is gonna have such a shitty time watching these movies.
Oh my god.
I apologize, Alex. I am so sorry because oh my god, the shit that I saw, I cannot believe. Let's move on. Let's move on to Will be a nice one. You know what? Let's move on to Death Note. Let's talk about Death Note.
Yes.
Let's talk about Death Note. So the origin of this whole idea with adding Alex to it came from this, because Alex had the audacity to say that Death Note, the Netflix original film, was good, which it's not. It's not good.
It was really good. It was better than the fucking anime, better than the manga. It's a cinematic masterpiece that everybody who just, if they sniff anime, they need to watch it.
Right, so clearly you're full of shit. And let me tell you why. This movie's fucking bad. And this is the theme, I feel like, of all these movies. But it's like, for me, watching this, because I watched it again. Yesterday I watched it again. I was like, let me just make sure. Watch it again one more time. I wasn't going to watch it again. I was like, fuck, I already saw this movie. What am I going to watch again? Like, no, I told Hector to watch it again. I'm going to watch it again. So I watched it again. And it's like they decided to take Light and make him into a fucking jackass who never. I understand he's a high school student in the movie, but like never had the taste of coochie and decided to risk it all for some.
He's
girl.
not wrong.
Hector, am I wrong?
No, but like.
Thank you.
Wait, Hector,
Case closed.
I want to know, Hector, you saw this movie, correct?
Yeah.
And you did not see the anime?
No, I was completely confused.
Honest to God, right now, did you enjoy it? The story? Did you enjoy this movie?
I mean, if it was on my list, honestly, out of the 5 that we watched, I'd say it was my favorite.
Rafa, his perspective is he's never. That's why I wanted to ask.
I'm literally
he's
brand
never
new.
Seen the original, so this is the first time he's venturing into the Death Note story, and this is the version that he got.
Shut the fuck up, Alex. Shut the fuck up, Hector.
Hector,
do not let me catch you on these goddamn streets. Do you hear me?
Hey, man. I have my gripes.
I'm going to fucking check your kneecaps.
Like the Baki character or what?
Yes, like the Baki character. No, I'm kidding. No, I had problems with this movie. I know Alex had problems with this movie because we saw Death Note. We actually saw how good the story can be, and how much they fucked up these characters left and right. Now, like I did with Ghost in the Shell, let me give some positives. Let me give some things that I did enjoy about the movie, and then we could go from there. Willem Dafoe as Ryuk, loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That was my
best
favorite
thing
part,
of the whole fucking
definitely.
movie. Best thing of the whole fucking movie. He did an amazing job. Loved it. Even though his character was more in the movie, he was more pushy with Light. In the anime, Ryuk had more of a neutral stance with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. And he was way more lighthearted in the anime than he was straight up villain here.
Yeah, in the anime, Ryuk is more like, here's a Death Note. See what you can. I want to see what you can do with it. I'm not gonna lead you on. In the movie, he led him on a couple of times. Mm-hmm. So like that's neither here or there. But Willem Dafoe, amazing. I love this performance. Great shit. He fits that character perfectly with that voice. The death scenes were cool. The Final Destination style death scenes, I loved it.
I'm glad you said it. Yep.
Yeah, I loved it. I love the heads. That dude head got exploded. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. They were fucking cool. I like that shit a lot.
Dude that got hit by the car.
Yeah, that was situation.
Yeah, that shit was cool. What's his name? Light. He's a fucking idiot, but he made me laugh a couple times. Just some of his lines. And I'm pretty sure they weren't meant to be funny. Just the way he was saying shit just was making me laugh. Especially his reaction towards when Ryuk shows up. He's just yelling his fucking brains out. Like, just hilarious. Just pure comedy gold. That's it. That's all I've got to say about this goddamn movie. The story's ass. They misused the Death Note left and right. That stupid bitch ruined everything for Light. She was fucking psycho as hell. And
she was.
Light threw everything away for some coochie. That's all I gotta say.
Hey man, that movie was great, dude.
Dude, the liberties they took made no. It was such a left turn from the fucking anime. I was just like, Why? Like, why
Mm.
why make Mia the fucking villain at the end of it? Like, that doesn't make what, dude. She was crazy. I saw it today, so
Insane.
it's fresh in my mind. I'm like,
Insane.
God damn
And
it.
like, bro, and she's like, and also like, oh my god, this Light is such a fucking retard. Because like in the anime, Light goes through so much to protect the Death Note, to keep it
Mm-hmm.
hidden, so people won't see it. You know, he had like contraptions and shit. Like he would
Yeah.
never take it outside. This Light, American Light, is just in the middle of gym class with
American
this
Light.
with the book
Yes.
open, like he's saying a fucking like a seminar in front of thousands of people reading this motherfucking book out in the open and shit. No wonder Mia saw the goddamn book. He's out there in front of everybody reading it.
And
She's
just
like, "What's
whipping
that?
it
A
around.
death? Right, Death Note. What's Death Note? What is that? Oh, you don't want to. Oh, you don't want to see. You don't want to know what this. You want to know? I'll tell you. I'll tell you. That's
Oh,
Mokuchi. I'll tell you. Like, come on,
dude,
Joe. What are you
that was
doing?
so like that was when that scene came out. Like, I was whatever him showing it out, not really knowing the power of it, whatever. Fine, I'll give it that. Even though he just killed somebody, probably shouldn't have that goddamn book out. But the
Right.
second a girl came, dude, the way the movie made it happen was the second a girl showed
A
any
girl.
interest in this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it could have been any girl in that school. But
It
the
could have been
second she
anybody.
showed interest, he said, I can't show you. He legit said it just like that too. I can't show you. You want to know? And then he fucking kidnapped her and started murdering people in front of her, like over the internet. Excuse me?
Exactly.
You're a dumbass. It's like saying, it's like I have a gun in my pocket and I'm like, this girl talks to me, hey, you want to see what this thing can do? And I just start shooting people in the face to impress her. Like, why would I do
Exactly.
that? Like,
And
yeah, I'm
like
gonna get caught.
and like the crazy thing is like a normal girl would have been like, holy shit, this guy's a psycho, let me get away from him.
Right,
She's like,
I'm calling the cops or somebody.
exactly,
I'm getting out of here.
this girl just ripped her pants off and said, bro, fuck me right here, right
Oh
now.
my.
Jesus, take me to fucking heaven. Like
Right.
legit.
Put
Like
a murderer
that's
in me.
legit what happened. Exactly. They're like they're on the laptop typing in bad guys' names or whatever, putting it on the Death Note, and then they began fucking. Am I wrong?
Not
Am I
wrong.
wrong? Is not what we just saw on the screen?
No, they
And
they
and
were
then
fucking and both had their hands on the laptop typing in names while fucking. That shit was crazy.
that is some psycho shit. And then you know what? I want to give props to the guy who played L. He tried. He tried to be
Yep.
L.
I love him
You
as an
know?
actor, Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes,
I
he's
love
an
him as an
amazing actor.
actor. I
He
know that
tried.
there was a thing where it's like, oh, L's black or whatever when they first recasted him, but dude, I love him. He did what he could with the role, and I'm
Yes.
happy with his interpretation of the character because I mean,
I
L was
I
such
didn't
a big thing in the anime. You know, like it's really
uh
hard to live up to
yeah,
that.
exactly. I didn't hate his performance. I liked it. He tried his best.
Yeah.
At a certain it's not his fault, but at a certain point L stopped being L, you
Uh huh.
know.
Yep. I know exactly what
So
happened.
it's like yeah, so it's like okay, I guess. But yeah, he tried his best, you know. Props
Was
to
his
him for
handler in the anime Watabi? Was it was
Watari.
well,
This is another
Watari?
fucking problem. Oh my god, this is another problem. You just reminded me. Watari in the anime, that was not his real name. That was a code name for Watari. But in the
Right.
fucking movie, it was his real name. And
It got
also,
yeah.
and also, you need the full name, first and last name. This
100%.
man,
Yep.
this man is not just named Watari. He's not Cher. Okay.
I was gonna say he shared. He has Watari.
Right. Like
Oh my god.
he did not go to fucking to the government and said, "Hey, change my name to Watari, please." He's not McLovin, all right? Fuck out of here. You stupid fucking writers.
Oh, it's so stupid.
The ending was shit.
Yeah, the whole
That
Ferris wheel
the
situation.
whole yeah, that was fucking stupid. And
No,
like
dude, when the page fell into the fire or whatever the fuck happened there, right at the end, that
yes,
shit irked me to death.
it's like that's not how the Death Note works. It's
Right.
not how it works. And then like the ending where like L was gonna use they hinted like L was gonna use one of the pages of the Death Note to kill Light. Elle wouldn't do that. That goes against everything that Elle believes in. That's the whole reason he was going against light. Come on, people. What are you guys doing out here?
They killed his share, man. They killed his share.
So they're for sure. Well, no, I don't think they were leading on to a part 2. I mean, could it be a part? I don't know.
I would hope.
No, they tried it. They tried it.
I don't want them. I don't want there to be a part 2. But
no, no.
Now, me and Alex here have been ranting. Hector, why the fuck do you like this movie?
Honestly, William Dafoe was the biggest reason. Like that alone, I don't know why. I don't know if it was like me just being stupid, but I just kept getting Joker vibes. Not Joker. Green Goblin.
The Green Goblin vibes.
I literally just kept getting Green Goblin vibes, and every time he'd talk, I'd like giggle. Because I'm like, you're from Spider-Man, dude. So, but like, the entire thing, I will say, knowing the little bits that I know about the anime, like, I knew the movie was going to be stupid, and I knew people were going to, not people were, but people have said that it's a terrible fucking movie. So going in, I had extremely low expectations. I'm like, all right, cool. I know the anime is the better, side of this. So when I came in, I was thoroughly surprised to see how, like, funny in a bad way this movie was, and like that's honestly what made me like it, because to be honest with every other one except for I think it was like Alita, right? That's the name of the other movie.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that one, I had either seen or heard of the other 4, right? So Avatar, I have my fucking gripes with that movie. Dragon Ball, by the way, kind of spoiling the next movies we're going to talk about, but unless we already said it, but Dragon Ball, that one. Yeah, and then there's Death Note.
You did spoil
it. and yeah, like, man, it's just yeah, like
I can see
that movie. Just aside from the other, like I said, Alita, like that was the one that I was the lowest expectations because I had watched the other ones. But when I watched it, I was like, all right, cool. This is terrible, but it's bearable. I was like, okay, cool. Like I was like, yeah, that's fine. And like I said, I didn't know much about the actual anime, so going into this, I was like, all right, cool. And honestly, my favorite character out of all of them was definitely just still William Dafoe's character, but like everything else, just like blah. But like I said, out of the 5, this would probably be my favorite, for sure.
That's insanity. I just don't see that. I don't know how you got that, but okay, fine. Where would we put this on the list? Because Hector thinks this is the best movie of the whole fucking year. He wants to give it an Oscar over here. So
see, but that's the thing. Is like I feel like we place it somewhere now, right? And then at the end we do a final. At the end we do a final revision. Yeah, like, all right, this is right. But
it's for sure on the Ghost in the Shell. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's for sure on the Ghost in the Shell.
I would be okay with 4. I would not. I would argue if for 5.
I'd put it. I can give it 4 or 3. This might be a middle movie for me.
You think you want to bump up Ghost in the Shell to 2?
Yeah. Wait, Hector, your 4 was.
I'm saying like. So
yeah.
So
5 is bottom.
Yeah, 5 is bottom. So I would say 4 is fine. But if we want to bump Ghost in the Shell up to 2 and then move up 3, I'm equally okay with that. Fine, like that's okay with me.
Okay, I like that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Really quick. I know we already talked about Death Note to death. Haha. But the soundtrack was really good though. The music they were playing,
true.
I liked that. I really liked that a lot. All right, cool. So Death Note is number 3. Ghost in the Shell number 2. Now let's move on to. This is the only reason I'm bringing this up because Hector said Green Goblin, and this is gonna be kind of a stretch, but just bear with me. We're gonna talk about
we going?
We're gonna talk about Dragonball Evolution. Okay, guys.
We're
gonna talk about this one next. Alex, let me work, baby. Let me work. Trust the system.
I'm on board. Okay.
Okay. So. Speaking of Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin, Spider-Man, this guy wanted to be. You can tell he wanted to be Spider-Man. That's what I wanted to say.
What?
Hey, get me off.
Because
Get me off.
Alex, no, come back. Let me tell you specifically the scene where I was like, this man wanted to be Spider-Man. He did not get the role. This is his chance to show off.
Leave Jimmy Steve alone.
Jimmy Steve. It was the scene where when he goes to the party where Chi-Chi invites him, and then he's like, I'm not gonna fight. I promise my grandpa I'm not gonna fight you guys. So then he starts dodging all the moves like Spider-Man, and then he starts saying funny lines left and right. Oh, great swing there. Oh, missed me. Hey, try again. Just like fucking Spider-Man. Am I wrong?
No.
Sadly. No.
Yeah. You can tell he wanted the role. He didn't get it. So he decided to do Spider-Man and fucking Dragon Ball Evolution. I am right about this.
You are, but you forgot the part where he slid his head on the roof of the car.
He did do that. Bro, watching this movie felt like I was watching like Channel 9 WB Kids TV show. I felt like I was watching like a shitty version of like, I don't know, Power Rangers. It just felt so cheap.
Dude, I was in a Twilight Zone episode just sitting here. I'm like, I can't believe this was a Hollywood film that technically did not bomb because it made over its budget. I was like, excuse me.
I was just like, what is happening here? Now, I myself did not see the original run of Dragon Ball. I jumped in Dragon Ball Z. Now, I don't know. I know Alex, you said you saw Dragon Ball Z. Did you see the original run of Dragon Ball before Dragon Ball Z?
I saw it relatively recently. I got not all of it, but a lot of it.
Hector, did you see the original run?
I have seen bits and pieces of it. I know how it ends, and then I watched Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so my question to you. So my question to you guys, it might sound like a dumbass fucking question because of the movie we just saw, but does the story kind of play like does it kind of follow what the original anime did?
Somewhat. So because this was very much they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want and they're just gonna slap Dragon Ball characters on it.
Okay,
so the only thing they took was Piccolo bad guy, Goku is a character, Master Roshi's a character, Bulma's a character, Yamcha's a character, and that's everything else. For the most part, is
that was my question.
Fabricated.
That was my question because I didn't know that Piccolo was originally a bad guy because I just saw him in Dragon Ball Z. He was just part of the crew, you know. By the way, I know this movie's old as shit, but goddamn, that CG was so fucking bad. When Goku
I don't think that looked good back then.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Was that part of the anime when Goku became the big ass monkey? Like, was he the servant of Piccolo? Was that a thing?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So no, the monkey thing was real, but because Goku had a tail.
Right, I knew he had a tail. Yeah.
And then I think when the moon comes out or something, he turns into that. If I could be mistaken, but I think
Ochura or whatever.
Yeah, he turns into that giant ape thing, and it's supposed to be giant and damn near unstoppable.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily because he was Piccolo's homie. If I'm not, I think they just made that bullshit right up.
They
just added
I feel like 100% was bullshit. Like,
Okay, so we all agree that this movie's a piece of shit, but I kind of enjoyed it. Not gonna lie. Yes. Now, okay, hold up. Let's not get crazy now. I enjoyed this movie for the wrong reasons.
Sounds about right.
I like where this is going.
I enjoyed it because the dialogue is fucking stupid. The action scenes were retarded. The editing, the camera cuts, and the zoom-ins, and the bad CGI, all of it. It was a shit show from beginning to end. It was a fucking clusterfuck of a movie. And I was just like, how did this get on the big screen? How? And That's what I enjoyed about this movie. It's like it's watching a car crash. It's watching a World Star video of someone getting their ass knocked out, and just
True.
it's just that's why I enjoyed this movie so much. And in saying that, it really says how bad this fucking movie is. Saying I enjoyed it because a car crash, like who really enjoys a car crash? People are hurt, insurance is gonna be involved, money's gonna be like people are
That's
gonna be in
the
debt
insurance
because of it.
companies enjoy car crashes.
Right, other than insurance companies. But a car crash it's a fucking mess for everybody, right? So nobody's really enjoying that. So it really says how bad this fucking movie is. It's oh, man, it's just it's fucking stupid. It's like if what's that fucking? It's like the CW back in the day decided to make a movie. Like that's the feel that I got.
Some of the CW shows were good, so I don't know, man.
For real, you tripping?
I don't know, but I don't know.
Shout out Gilmore
People's
Girls.
Court.
People's Court.
Oh god, gross.
Judge Mathis.
For real.
Also, I feel like okay, well, it's pretty much established that they kind of did whatever the fuck they wanted, so I feel like it's kind of pointless of bringing this up. But like they were using like chi like it was like the Force, right? Like that's not how it works.
Yep.
Right?
Yup.
100%.
Yup.
No.
Okay.
My favorite part about it was that they took, in the original run of Dragon Ball, the Kameha wave was arguably the most powerful thing that they can do at that point in the show, right? They didn't spirit bomb
Yep.
nobody, nothing like that. They built up the Kameha wave. When Master Roshi did the Kameha wave, he got swole as hell. He did it. It was a very, very powerful move. In the movie, the Kameha wave was a way to put some life into somebody, B,
That
a way
was
to light some
stupid.
candles. The Kameha wave was fucking the way to take out the candles. It was completely and utterly incorrect
Oh,
in
Yeah,
every way, shape, or
in-
form.
Correct.
giving me a headache
Yes, sir.
remembering all this shit, dude. Oh.
It's why I understand. When you're making a piece of obviously of shit, but a piece of let's just say any sort of medium, right? Whether it's something that's based on something that's already established, you don't necessarily want to just rehash everything beat by beat, because then there's no point in making this new part, right? A movie based on the anime. I get that some liberties make sense. Absolutely 0% of the liberties that they took in this made any sense, whether to honor or to revisit, to reimagine things that the original came up with, or in the fucking movie's sake. None of it made any sense whatsoever.
No, it
This
did
was
not.
a piece of garbage through and through.
Piece of shit. Why is Goku a high school student? Why
Why was he bullied? Why was he
Right.
bullied?
I mean, the
Right.
age thing, he was like what, like in his teens when he like met Chi-Chi. Well, this was in the manga anime. Like
Yeah.
he was young. Like, don't get me wrong. Like that age thing is cool, but like, bro, what? Like, why trying to Americanize it where he's like in high school and all that shit? Like,
Yeah.
He was a little ass kid in the original Dragon Ball.
Uh-huh.
Like little kid. Him and Krillin.
I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind if they showed him as a kid or like a teenager, but in a suburban high school teenager, like, come on, bro. Like, you guys took the most basic of basic shit, just threw him in there, and then and then Yamcha was just like, might as well call that guy Greg or some shit.
Bro, he
like-
was ass.
Like, he was nowhere near Yamcha, the one that I remember. And I was waiting for him to die. Honestly, I'm like, where is Yamcha gonna die in this fucking? That's all I know Yamcha to do is just to die. But
Yeah.
he didn't die.
Also, they were horny, him and Bulma, for no reason whatsoever.
Right. I was
Just
like,
in the
bro,
middle
I
of
was
the
like-
movie.
I was like, Yamcha, you better stop before Vegeta comes and beat your ass, bro. Vegeta's gonna
Right.
fuck you up if you don't stop. Like they were on some other level shit.
Well,
right
I mean,
there.
They
that's
were about to
kinda
get down.
canonical, I guess, because apparently I don't remember the full details, but I think Yamcha and Bulma were like not a thing, but they kind of had something going on before Vegeta and Bulma became together.
Yeah, but it made sense the way it laid out in the show, because they spent time. Whatever. It made more sense there, and then Yamcha wasn't this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
What he was, not necessarily this,
Like,
to this extent, but oh man, it's just the way they did it. They were just like talking. It was like, oh, Piccolo's about to come and wreck our shit. And turn around, like, I'm glad I'm here with you. Let's fuck. It's like, what's happening?
And then Bulma, it's just they just put the blue stripe on the thing, like, oh, it's Bulma. She said Capsule Corporation. Look, everybody, it's Bulma.
Right, it's Bulma. Oh my god.
Yeah, this movie sucked. Also, Master Roshi, where's the shell? Where's the shell? They had no shell.
You are lucky you got the Hawaiian shirt, you greedy bastard.
Also, he wasn't that big of a pervert. I kind of want to see him be more of a pervert.
He's a mega pervert in the manga.
They hinted at it.
They hinted
he said he had the collector's item of that one magazine, you know.
But it should have been like a Playboy. It should have been like a Playboy or something, or like a Hustler's magazine. I don't know.
He should have straight up molested Bulma, but you know, whatever. I get why.
Yeah.
I get why that doesn't look good to American audiences, but hey, man, Master Roshi was that perverted ass dude in the show.
Yeah,
that's
the one that I remember. Yep. No, it kind of feels pointless talking about this movie because it could have been named anything. The only reason we're talking about it because it's somehow connected to Dragon Ball.
Sadly,
it could have been named High School Dude Who Gets Powers. I don't know, some generic ass name. Where do you guys want to? Man Spider.
Man Spider. No, it was Monkey Man because he was a monkey at the end.
Oh, it's
right, Monkey Man. By the way, Goku and Bulma were in what's that show called, Alex?
Shameless, man. That's Jimmy
Shameless.
Steve.
Just Jimmy Steve and
oh my God,
Fiona.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Watching them, I was like, damn, man.
Thank God you guys.
Yeah, thank God you guys got out of that because Jesus Christ. Where do you guys want to rank it?
Bottom.
Low.
5.
Low.
I'd give this. I'd put this at 4.
Really?
And this is just because of what's left. I would put this at 4.
I agree with Alex. I would put this at 4.
If one of the movies we saw was not on this list, this would be last.
Yes.
By God Almighty, there was a movie that was worse than this.
Wait.
This movie saved itself because another movie failed so much fucking worse. That is the only reason this movie's not number 5.
Hold on, Hector. You're not really in unison with us. Don't tell me.
See,
wait,
I hope. No, here's the thing. I hope it's the movie that you guys are thinking of. It's.
I hope too, because this might
Avatar,
be the
right?
goddamn podcast.
Avatar, right? That's the worst one.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hold on.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I don't know.
Do we agree? Number 4, Dragonball Evolution.
Might be a Alita Battle Angel at the bottom. Who knows?
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm fine with 4. If I swear to God, if Avatar's number 1, I'm leaving this podcast right now.
Oh, no!
I am leaving.
Dang, can we get to discussing the best anime movie? Hold on.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Now,
hey,
let's.
This worked out perfectly because it's literally the best and worst that's left.
Yes. Let's not give it away.
Okay.
We're gonna move on to Alita Battle Angel, the most recent movie that came out on this list. This movie was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, I enjoyed it.
This movie was badass. I'm sorry. The animation, the CG was cool. I really liked it. With like just how the one thing that I really liked about this movie is just how real the town they were in kind of felt. You know, actually felt like an actual town, and with people with like cybertronic arms and shit. Like it felt like a real thing. Like it felt like these people actually lived there. I really liked that. The acting was great. The one thing that was kind of uncanny for me, was kind of weird, was Alita and her big ass fucking anime eyes. I don't know why I decided to do that.
Yeah.
But after a while, for me, I ended up getting used to it, so I was like, okay, it's just whatever, it's just the way it looks. But I kind of wish he didn't do that. It was just very distracting at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
The fight scenes were badass. Woo, those fight scenes were woo, good ass fight scenes. I only have two problems with this movie, and just in general. It is long as shit for whatever
Yeah.
reason. It's over 2 fucking hours long. This movie does not need to be 2 hours long. Robert
No, it doesn't.
Rodriguez needed to cut some of that shit out. He's the director, by the way. And number two, the ending. It just kind of ended. You know,
Yeah.
like it did that thing where it's like, oh, Alita's gonna move on and she's gonna go to the next part and she's gonna fight the guy next time. And it's like, okay, thanks.
It
I
ended with her
saw
going
two.
up on that big ass ship, right? Or
No, it didn't. It ended.
she fell off of that.
She fell off the thing, and
Right.
it was like a few months later. Because remember, she joined that that sport thing. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah,
But with
yeah, the
that
roller
with
derby.
the roller derby ball thing, and if you be so the rules were if you make it to the Champions League and you win that, you get to go to that city in the sky, which
Right.
that's where the bad guy is. So she is trying to be she's trying to win that, and it's the Champions League day or whatever. Like it's that specific event, and
Mhm.
it ends with her showing up and about to like about to join the fucking thing. Like she's about to start and do the
Right.
match or whatever, and it ends right
Right.
there. So it's kind of like a to be continued
I hope
next
it.
time on Alita Battle Angel. Like, that's how it ends, and I don't like that. Like we sat here for 2 hours to watch this shit, and there was no real conclusion. You know, like it I don't want to say it felt like a waste of time because I enjoyed myself through the 2 hours. It did start feeling long towards the end, but it was like that's not really a conclusion. It's just kind of like, hey, catch you next time, you know. And is there really going to be a next time? Is there going to be a part two to this?
No.
I don't even know. Like, 'cause I know it. I did it undersell in the theaters. Like, I don't even think it did that great.
No,
Um.
it made its money.
Yeah.
It did.
From
Okay.
what I saw, it got like an overall like 61% on like Rotten Tomatoes and like a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Hmm.
So like,
I enjoyed it.
I mean, I
I
enjoyed it.
really.
Out of the five,
I
for
did
sure.
not have a yeah, I did not have a lot of complaints about this. It was I enjoyed it. The characters cool, the designs were cool. That one guy who had that sword, he kind of had like the Aztec like Mayan calendar on his back.
Hmm.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys kind of saw that. That looked badass. Just overall, it was cool. Christopher Waltz was great as always. I didn't know it was Christopher Waltz at the beginning. I'm like, why is this guy trying to do an impression of Christopher Waltz? What the fuck is this?
It's
And then I
Christoph,
looked it
man.
up. I'm like,
Christoph.
and I was, what am I? Am I saying his name wrong?
Christopher.
Oh, well, whatever. That guy. I was like, oh shit, it is him.
Okay.
I'm here thinking it's somebody else. But no, it was cool. I liked it. And then the black dude, he was cool too. I don't remember his name, but you see him in everything. Like the
Wow.
minor bad guy, the minor bad guy in the movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He was
It's a
a Luke
minor
Cage.
bad guy. Yeah,
He
you know, I
was the
forget his name.
minor bad guy.
I know, but just like the just labeling him there, the minor bad guy. You see him in everything.
No, it's overall it's a good movie. No
So it looks
problems.
like
No
there
problems
is
here.
gonna be a sequel to this movie.
There is?
I pray to
Okay.
God they
Yeah.
don't. Oh my God! Stop.
What?
Look, man, it was good within the five, but like, if you make it another one, right? Don't make it 2.5 hours or whatever.
Oh, of course not. No.
But like, they could have just ended it wherever they ended it, better than
No.
the way they ended it in the first one. I personally have no like intent on going to the theater and buying a ticket to watch this movie, nor do I plan on watching it even after, when it's on release to whatever. I enjoyed it because we had to watch it, but I'm never gonna go out and physically seek out these movies.
You don't care to see if she defeats the bad guy?
No, not at all. Like I
Damn.
said, I enjoyed it. Out of the five, that would be my number two, right? Because Death Note was Death Note, but so far,
Sanity.
I'm just glad that number five is number five, and we're cooling.
Okay, Alex.
Hector, you're just incorrect. No,
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the last part. My favorite one. I thought it was really badass. I loved the way everything looked. I want a sequel. I don't know why
Yes.
Hector's tripping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
it is a little long. I will admit, but they're setting up. There was so much setup, and they did it. I think they did the pacing really well for the amount of
yeah.
setup because this world is not like anything. You can just be like, hey, here's a reference to this, and you'll get
Excuse
it.
me.
Like this is a whole different thing. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. The length was a little long, true, but I understand why he had to leave as much as he did in.
Hmm. Yeah. I want a sequel too. I want to see where this goes. I mean, you just can't end a movie like that. That's so frustrating. It's
No,
kind
yeah,
of
you
like
fucking can.
it kind of reminded me. Not We're not talking about it. Kind of how like the when I saw the first Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? What did I just watch? Like these guys just walked for like 2 hours, and the movie ended. Like I didn't know there was gonna be a part two. I didn't get that, but when I watched it, and me myself when I watched, I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like what is this? That's kind of feels like. It was great, but it's like you need a ending. Like it was a opening, middle, and then the movie just cut. Like there
Yeah.
needs to be an ending. Like that's how that felt. Um, One thing I want to give hella props to this movie that I feel like Ghost in the Shell did bad was introduce the world and like how you're saying, Alex, doing the world building. Because
Mm-hmm.
with Ghost in the Shell it was like here's text, read it, read. Okay, now throw you into the world of Ghost in the Shell. With
Mm-hmm.
this one is they slowly brought you in. They explained, okay, well there was a war and well these are things are now and everybody lives down here and you don't go up there no more and so like it slowly in like you said pace yourself and it kind of brought you into this world, which is great. And I can see why it took those 2 hours to kind of get you there. I just felt like maybe it could have cut something out. I don't know.
I
2 hour, it
just
just you feel those 2 hours.
yeah.
You feel them, and that's my other than the ending. That's my only gripe with the movie.
My thing is, and why I don't really care for another sequel is, I just feel like there were certain hiccups like that would happen here and there throughout the movie, and it would take so long for them to bounce back. I'm honestly blanking on being
What?
able to like explain what kind of hiccups, but like I just felt like some of the pacing
Yeah.
was like too slow, or like I like kind of like what you said, like just condense a shit ton of it. I think that's why, because like I feel like they did so much world building that I'm like kind of burnt out on the movie itself. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of the scenes were like dope watching, but like I'm like, man, like y'all couldn't have chose a less complicated world to explain. Like 2.5 hours was like, all right, man. And then
Well,
I also okay,
hold
also
up.
in the viewing process, I watched like Dragon Ball and like I watched all these other shitty ass movies back to back. So when I got to this one, I'm like, all right, bro, I just want this shit to end. Like, all right, cool, let's get this over with. But I don't know. I just feel
Okay.
like there's extra factors added on to why I don't really care to watch this again. Granted, yeah, the
Yes.
ending sucked ass, but you know.
Okay. So two things, Hector. One, it's not 2 hours and a half. Stop saying that. It's like 2 hours, like in 9 minutes. Please stop lying to these people.
Dude, it's fucking long. It feels like 2.5 hours
It
when you
is
watch it.
no. I agree with you. It is long, but you're making it sound like it's long. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, 2.5 hours. It's not 2.5 hours. It's like 2.5
They could
hours.
spend their
It's
2
2 hours
hours doing
and
something else.
nine
Y'all don't
and
gotta
nine
watch this
minutes.
movie.
All right. Don't add another 21 minutes to the fucking movie. It doesn't exist. All right. Number two. It's your fault you didn't enjoy this shit. You just said it yourself.
Right.
That's it.
And that's my
It's
opinion. There you
your
go.
fault. All right, moving on. I just want to point out. I just want to make sure we understand that it's your fault. Okay, moving on.
Don't watch it.
Did you say don't watch it?
Oh my god.
Watch Avatar instead.
Oh my god. This man said he's gonna put Death Note over this movie. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Wait, hold on. What about the list that matters on the podcast that we're on?
I know that's what we're about to do right now. We're going back to the list. Yeah, because Hector's over here fucking pissing me off. So we have number 4. It is Dragon Ball Evolution. Number 3, it is Death Note, Netflix original. Number two, it is Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. And number one, I feel I want to put it at number one is Little Battle Angel. Do we agree?
Uh,
Yes.
I'll just go with majority rule. So I'm just
Damn
gonna rock
straight.
with that because my personal list is Death Note,
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell. What I put third? I'd basically put Alita fourth. I put it third. Then four goes down, and then five.
You think Ghost in the Shell is better than Alita Battle Angel?
I like the it was prettier, kind of. I have my
Oh
reasons.
my god.
Alita really wasn't like it was okay.
Anywhere else than a podcast, better explain yourself why. I don't get it, Hector. I don't okay.
Hey man, just my
Whatever.
viewing pleasure. It's Death Note, then it's fucking
Oh my
Ghost, and then
God.
Alita, and then what is it? Evolution, and then and then our final one.
I'm gonna do some fucking meditation after this before I snap. So we all agreed, right? Fuck your list, Hector. We all agreed. One's Alita, right?
You can't say
We
all.
all in agreement.
We're gonna have to.
Majority group. We said yes. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, moving on to the last, but not least at all, the crescendo of
I don't think
these
you used that
movies.
word
I
right,
don't.
but go ahead.
I'm pretty sure I used it wrong. Whatever.
You said it
The
wrong.
the cherry on top of this sundae, the frosting on your cake,
You gonna keep blue
right?
balling people, or are you gonna fucking
Yes,
say
yes,
the
I am.
anime?
I'm just gonna keep fucking around. No, we're gonna. The last movie is Avatar: The Last Airbender, directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Wait, Rafa, let me correct you. It's just called The Last Airbender.
I'm
It's
sorry, it's
not
called
even
The Last
called Avatar.
Airbender. I'm sorry, you're right. The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan. Uh, Go ahead. I want to hear Hector first, because I feel like Hector's changing his opinion depending on what we say. You go
I
first,
have an
Hector.
ugly joke as to why you'll like it. I will not say it on your platform because I respect you
Why I'll like
and your
it?
platform.
Whisper,
Yeah.
whisper to me. Whisper to me right now.
Okay, it has to do with the Fire Nation and Hector's physical appearance. That is all I'm gonna say.
Well, here's where you're wrong. I absolutely hated this movie and bitched the entire time watching it for multiple reasons. First off, and the biggest one, the sheer amount of whitewashing in this movie is absolutely insane. In the animation, like the cartoon, anime, whatever, right? Korra, not Korra, that's a whole different show. Katara and Sokka are brown. Physically, you see
Yep.
them and they are
Yes.
brown.
Yep.
So why in the South Pole, if I remember, where the sun is out for a long period of the day, are they pasty white?
Are you asking me?
Wait, are you asking me?
I'm just I'm just throwing that question out there because I don't understand. And then not only that, it's like Aang, or at least whatever the fuck that was of the
You mean
portrayal.
Ang?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
even
They kept saying
start.
Ong.
You mean Ang?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was just such cringe. And then when they got to like the Earth imprisonment camp, I think I said that right. I don't know, but where they were fucking captive and shit. Oh, fight for yourselves. Do it. You're Earthbenders. You're proud. And I was like, please fucking shut the fuck up, dude.
Oh, dude.
I
was
wanted to
bitching.
blow my brains out watching that movie. I was like, oh my god. And then Zuko, the one who should be white, right? Who should not
Yeah.
be. Oh my god, I was so mad. Oh my god. Like I had watched that previously, right? And I remember when I first watched it, I got up and walked away because I didn't. And granted, I didn't pay to go watch this movie. I didn't, it was one of those where like it was on TV at one time and I was watching it when I was younger. I dug my nails into my arm watching this movie because I had to stay there and watch the whole thing, and it was the most torturous experience out of all 5 of these movies. You guys are bitching about my tier list, whatever, right? But this one, I knew was going to be at the bottom, And if it wasn't number 5, I would have fucking flipped my shit. This was terrible. And I know previously I was like, oh, maybe Dragon Ball is really bad because the fact that Alex brought up the whole, like, I'm going to slide over the fucking car with my head, that just fucking threw me off hard. Funny. But remembering Avatar and how dog shit the movie was, I was like, oh my god, 5 is its perfect place. Yeah, man. Don't absolutely. If you love the show, don't watch this. I can just simply say you are going to hate what you see. You're going to want to burn your eyes out with chocolate like Rafa.
In a bad way. In a bad way. I'm doing it in a good way.
Oh my god! What a great callback. Anyways,
in a bad way.
Don't. Just don't. Don't step away.
Also, don't burn your eyes out with chocolate in any way.
Yeah. Well, also don't do that. Rafa says it's in a good way, but let him have his fetishes.
In a good way.
You don't do it. Don't harm yourself.
I like what I like.
Yeah, no. Absolutely dog shit tier list. Yeah, no. Just get that shit out of me. Like, ugh. Go ahead.
This movie was a piece of shit through and through. There was nothing redeemable about this movie. I found funny things in Dragon Ball, and like I said, they weren't funny because they're supposed to be funny. I still found it funny. This movie was not funny. This movie was not entertaining. I saw zero value in this movie. I literally fell asleep watching this movie. I had to go back and watch it, the parts that I fell asleep through. It's like, I have to see this. But I'm telling you guys, I knocked out. And I didn't fall asleep through any of these other movies. Why did I fall asleep through The Last Airbender? Because it's a boring piece of shit. It is. First of all, guys, listen here. I said this joke to our group chat, but I'm gonna say it here again. Why is these Indians, these guys who are you can tell they look like Indian, they are attacking these good Alaskan white Americans? Why are they attacking them? What is this? What's going on here? That's what it felt like to me. I'm like these white ass people are just minding their own business. Oh man, here come the darkies to fuck shit up.
Oh my god!
Am I wrong? It's not what the movie showed us.
I mean, I would have said it differently, homie, but man.
My wording would have been a little crispier, but
that is what the movie showed us. All right,
no,
I am not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not.
I am not wrong. This is
like
the movie said. No, Hector. The movie said, if your skin is darker than a vanilla white, you are the bad guy. Did it not say that?
It did. Everybody who had a remote tan was the bad guy in that movie.
Was the Fire Nation, and the Fire Nation is the bad guys.
Oh,
I didn't say this. M. Night Shyamalan said this. Okay,
those are his people. Why are you villainizing your own people?
Also true.
It's insane. It's insane. Also, the white girl who played Katara, right? Katara, whatever her name is. She can't act for shit. She needs to quit now and get a job somewhere else. She can't act for shit. It was horrible.
Does anybody know the name of that actress?
Goddamn garbage. Don't look it up. We don't need to know it.
I'm looking it up anyway.
I know, me too. I'm looking it up.
The other person who should not act, Ong, that little bald kid, garbage.
Now I gotta look somebody else up. God damn.
Piece of shit.
Funny story. I looked him up because I was like, where did this kid's career go, right? Because after starring in such a hit as The Last Airbender, you gotta wonder where they're at. So I IMDb'd this kid, and this movie came out in 2010, right? So he played Aang, obviously, in The Last Airbender. He voiced him in the video game, and then he was in Cowboys and Aliens. That is it.
Wow.
This kid has not acted since. His career started in his imagination and never left. That shit was dead on arrival.
Now, I do know, I don't know why I know this, but I do know this. Fact check me if you want. But M. Night Shyamalan picked this kid to play Ong because of his martial arts skills. Because he do the fighting and the flips and shit like that, right? So that's why he picked him. He didn't pick him because he can act, clearly, because that kid cannot act for shit, and clearly because he has no movies after that. He did what was it? Aliens,
Cowboys and Aliens.
Who the fuck saw that? Like that?
I did.
Alex.
Oh god, that looked like a piece of shit.
They got me with the whole, "Hey man, it's Cowboys and Aliens," and I was like, "Bet, I'm with it."
You are dumb. Well, hold on. I have a development here. So the girl that played Katara, the most prominent role of her recent filmography is she was Tessa Yeager in Transformers: Age of Extinction in 2014.
She was who?
Tessa Yeager. She was like the love interest to No, she was the daughter of the Marky Mark.
Oh my god, no wonder. She can't act in that goddamn movie either. It all makes sense.
Yo, that I know it's not anime. Well, no, it's not anime, but Transformers: Age of Extinction is one of the worst fucking movies ever made.
Jesus fucking
but specifically
Christ.
Age of Extinction. Like that, some of the Transformers movies are passable, but this is the one where, for whatever reason, in the same scene, they decided to use a fucking IMAX camera and then a regular camera. So when they're switching back and forth between the dialogues and you're in the theater, that screen is going fucking gigantic and tiny and like back and forth. Dude, I was so taken aback.
Is this the one where the Transformers were like part of like King Arthur's circle or whatever? Is this the same one?
Yeah.
Yes,
this is the one where like they not the one, this isn't the one where they meet the dinosaurs. Yeah, right. That's the one after.
Yeah, this is the dinosaur one. This is
okay,
one.
yeah.
I think the one he's talking about the last night or something.
Did they also have...
She has an uncredited voice cameo in The Last Night, by the way.
Amazing. Great. Wonderful. Didn't they also, I know this is so non-anime, but didn't they also have a scene where like the Transformers helped like slaves escape or some shit? And
yeah,
wasn't that
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, great. Beautiful. Transformers.
We are now the most Transformerist podcast in the
Yes, yeah. Bring this shit back on track and how much piece of shit the last Airbender was. Also, Zuko, right? That's his name?
Zuko, yeah.
He barely had a scar. Like he had like a little bit of redness by his eye. What the fuck was that?
They blew all their budget on fucking tattooing Aang's fucking head with all those little symbols that he didn't need because they weren't symbols all over his head. But god damn, the little tiny ass scar he had was fucking embarrassing. You couldn't even see it.
Bad.
I honestly didn't notice it for a hot minute, and I'm like, oh.
It looked like he just got slapped in the eye. Like he just got a little redness or something. It was bad. Also, the uncle, he was pretty shitty.
Dude, and that is one of the things that pissed me off the most, because General Iroh, or just the Uncle Iroh, is literally the greatest character in the fucking cartoon.
He's one of the most favorite loved characters in Avatar, and just to have him be such a non-presence in this movie, it was just bad. It was just so bad. And so this movie covered what part? Book 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Book of Water, I think, for the most part. But they called it the Book of Water.
They call it, yeah, because I was like, where the fuck's Toph? I know she doesn't show up yet, but like in the story, I was like, where the fuck's Toph?
I am so glad they never made a continuation to this movie.
No, I mean, I feel like if it made money, it would. But no,
it didn't.
Like, this,
make money?
No,
I don't think so.
This movie could have not made money.
With how much hype there is behind like the show, I would think it made money, and then people would just be pissed.
No, I think I would. If you guys want to look up the box office just to kind of get an insight on this,
so the budget was 150 million, and the box office end of the run was 319 million. So it technically didn't bomb.
But I think it just got terrible reviews.
Does it say domestic? That could be overseas.
I think that's the total.
Yeah, because a lot of movies make their money back overseas, even though they might bomb here in the United States. And
domestic 131 million. It looks like.
So they just made budget.
Domestically speaking, is what this is saying.
But I mean, the movie's it's bad. It's a piece of shit. I'm trying to think what else. What else? Like it was just so it was boring. Just it's a boring, lifeless movie, and like they were trying to like there was like maybe a part or two that like okay that looks kind of cool like with the effects or whatever, but like it really really was bad. Like you can watch Dragon Ball Evolution and just enjoy it 'cause how stupid it is and like the dialogue and how trash it is and just how retarded the movie is. You can enjoy it as like, hey, let's sit down and watch a shitty B movie type of thing. There is nothing in this movie in Avatar where you can sit down and say, I'm gonna watch it for this reason. There is no reason to watch this movie. This movie is a
No.
pain. This is a torture device. You wanna you're someone stole money from you. You wanna know where the money is? Tie them down and put this movie on repeat. They'll tell you by the second viewing. There's nothing in this movie for you to watch.
I think we're beating
No.
a dead horse. Let's just move on from
Good.
from the segment.
So to finish it off, number 5 is Avatar, The Last Airbender, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. That's our list, right?
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Last Airbender. Number 4, Dragon Ball Evolution. Number 3, Death Note, Netflix original. Number 2, Ghost in the Shell, and number 1, Alita Battle Angel.
Yikes.
That's our list. I think it's a pretty good list. I enjoyed it. This is actually my personal list. This is how actually I had it down.
Yeah, I had it like that too, actually.
So I'm happy. I'm happy to turn out this way.
I'm just glad
Hector,
Avatar's at the bottom.
you're insane. Hector, you're insane. I don't know.
You know what, dude? At the end of the day, I'm just glad Avatar's at the bottom. I don't care.
Okay. All right.
It
Respect.
is what it is.
Respect. I fucks with it. Respect. But yeah, don't just watch Alita Battle Angel, everybody. Fuck her. Fuck all these other movies. Other than Dragon Ball, if you want to get, unless you want to get a good laugh, watch Dragon Ball. Anyways, we're starting to come to the end of this podcast. This has been a very long podcast.
Yeah,
It's
we're
a
cutting
long
at
episode. Yeah.
2 hours already.
But Hector, it's a celebration. It's a special day. We have Alex from Geek Jar 2000, the playing pod with Alex and John here. We of course have to have a special celebration here with Alex. Ain't that right, Alex?
Yeah, of course. 6-hour long podcast. Let's go.
Woo, here we
Okay.
go, baby.
Almost halfway there.
So, the last part before we start wrapping things up, as you guys know, we have a recurring segment here called Vice Versa. We still need a better name. We need better anime swap. Ooh, that's better. I like that. Good job, Hector. Anime swap. That's my name. I made that. Anime swap. I created that. Everybody credit me.
Good job, Rafa. I like that name.
Thank you. Anime swap. I made that. So, in anime swap, I recommend an anime to Hector. He recommends one to me, and we talk about what we thought about these anime, right? Because me and Hector, we kind of have a different taste in anime here and there. Even though it seems like Hector's starting to like more what I like, but whatever.
I've liked it. I just don't openly say I like it. There's a difference.
Hey,
you're just strictly the girly anime guy. All
At
right.
a certain point, you're coming out of that closet, dude. It's gonna happen. Just embrace it. All right, it's gonna happen. I'm just saying. Alex, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I want to start off because I really want to hear what you say about this anime that I recommend to you. So I want to start, Hector, if that's okay with
Yeah,
you.
go for it.
Cool. So, what was the name of the goddamn anime? I just saw it today.
Rising of the Shield Hero.
The Rising of the Shield Hero. Thank you. I saw 3 episodes of the Rising of the Shield. I saw the 3. I didn't go past 3 because honestly, the show's alright. I felt it's a bit kind of like middle of the road. I mean, I do like the premise of the show. By the way, it is an isekai for those out there. Alex, do you know what an isekai is? Before you start saying shit to me.
No.
Okay, an isekai. Everybody listen up. Shut the fuck up. Isekai is when a character, for example, someone in the real world, right? Like let's say, for example, you, Alex, you somehow, some way, find yourself transported into a different world, typically like a fantasy world or something that somehow relates to a video game, but it's not it's not the world that you're from.
Right.
So it's kind of like
Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland,
basically.
That type of shit, right? So you're placed in a different world, and you have to. Then most of the time there's a quest, or there's something that you have to do to be able to go back home. And
Digimon.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, Digimon. I think Digimon's like they're one of the first isekais, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, something like that, right? So that's pretty much what isekai is. I'm not the biggest fan of isekai. Like I said before, I need it to be a nice twist to it to really capture my attention. This did have that. I did like what they were doing with this one. It's not just no. We are following the one person, but it's not just him who gets brought into this other world. It's four people, including himself. So it's these four heroes who have to save this kingdom from these waves of monsters who are showing up, and they have this giant hourglass that kind of tells them, "Okay, you have 20 minutes left. Here comes the next wave of monsters." Whatever, right? So, just really quickly, just real quickly, what happens in the first episode? Just kind of get an idea of what happens. Um, he gets there, and the other guys are very cocky, like, yeah, we got this shit. Like, why the fuck should we help y'all? What are y'all gonna do for us? Pay me. Let me get some hoes up in here. They're very, very arrogant, these other three dudes, right? And the main guy, he's like, man, y'all need to chill out, bro. Like, you guys are fucking shit up. We just got here, you know? Like, the guy's more humble, he's more chilled out. Um, so then, and also each hero has their own specific weapon. There's a spear, there's a sword, there's a bow and arrow, and our main guy has a shield. His weapon, that's why it's like the shield hero or whatever, right? And they consider him the weakest one because it's a fucking shield. How are you gonna beat someone with a shield, right? That's pretty much the thought process there. So then they kind of fuck this guy over, the other heroes in front of the king, pretty much. They accuse him of him doing some things to someone, and he kind of gets banished almost. Like they mark him as like, hey, this guy's a fucking piece of shit scumbag. No, don't trust this guy, pretty much. So um, he can't so he doesn't have the support of the fucking kingdom, and all the other heroes hate him, and he thinks he's a piece of shit because someone kind of fucked him over pretty much. um so now he has to, and the thing is that he can't just go home because he told him like, hey man, y'all fucking hate me, y'all don't want me here, y'all just did me bogus, just send me home, fuck y'all, I don't want to be here anyways. And then the king's like, oh man, I wish I could, but I fucking can't. You have to be here with the other three guys. You have to save the fucking world. So he has to save the fucking world. So he's stuck there. So you see his journey kind of going against the odds because everything's stacked against him, trying to, make it back home pretty much, fighting off the monsters, things like that. It's cool. I like how it's going. It has that video game vibe to it, where like the guy he has to level up and shit like that. Like just like an isekai, right? Like just what do you expect? I do like that he can't fight. Like he has no real offense, so he has to rely on somebody else. I think that's pretty cool. Um, but like my biggest gripe with this show, and I think the reason why I didn't really attach to the show immediately is that if that was me, I would have been like, man, fuck every single one of you on this goddamn kingdom. I'm gonna be a fucking bad guy, and I'm gonna kill every single one of you motherfuckers for screwing me over. That's the thought that I had immediately when they fucked this guy over. Hector, come on, am I wrong?
I mean, you're
Hector.
not wrong, but the thing is, he gets like that later on. It like
He does.
he basically gets to the point where he's like, fuck everything, fuck everybody, I'm gonna be living for me, fuck the king, fuck the princess, fuck like he gets like that, and he starts to like become a fucking badass, and then you see what his shield can actually do, and it's actually like one of the most OP of the four, if not actually the strongest. So it's like, and then his little like love arc with the girl that he ends up like adopting, kind of, right, in a sense. I'm gonna say that in a nicer way than it actually is.
Yeah, that right there was big oofs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like,
but like
I
he
don't know
starts
about
to
this.
show a, so basically like he's portrayed as a bad guy, and then after like I want to say like the 5th or 6th episode, he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna play the bad guy then. So he like acts like the bad guy, but
Okay.
but he's really a good guy. Like he'll take whatever like the bad. So basically, for example, right? Like I don't want to spoil too much if you do end up going into it, but two of the other heroes that are with him, they end up like doing some hero shit, but they actually whatever they did, they fucked it up. So like for example, one of them kills a dragon, but he didn't clean up the dragon's body part, so it then decays and like it fucking ruins the area that like the dragon's in, and so now he as a shield hero has to go and like clean that. Like he doesn't have to go and clean it up, but he has to end up going over there, so he ends up beating the dragon by himself and all this other crazy shit. And then but he gets portrayed as the one that did it, and he's the villain, but then to the people that he saved in the little village, they like love him and revere him, but everywhere else he's like a terrible guy, and he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play along. But like he rolls with the punches in a sense, and then it's not till like fucking far down the line that you see that he starts to get like his chops and everything, and you're like, oh okay, like if the people aren't actually like see him as he really is and not like they see what the lies and everything are. It's one of those where like it pays off in the end, but I agree, like at the beginning I was definitely like, dude, just get mad, bro. Like get mad, don't fucking fall for this shit. But
bro, man, nah, fuck that. I think I don't know if I'm gonna keep watching this. I might, just to see him kind of turn to a bad guy. I think I would have liked this show even way better if he actually became the bad guy, like just full on embrace the evil shit. That would have been so fucking badass, because he's getting walked on by these guys. He's like, man, fuck these dudes, but he's still the good guy.
That's because he's like trying to be like, oh, you know, like I'm in an isekai, because I think he kind of knows, right, if I remember correctly, and like
well, they all know. Yeah, they know.
So he's like, oh man, like everything's gonna be like dandy and all this stuff, and it's like, well, the reality is, no, bro, like you got the shield, brother. Like, sorry, man, and then. Like he learns to accept it and becomes more of a villain. Like no, it's not a villain. It's like a what is it? Anti-hero. Yeah. So
nah, bro, he should go, man. He should go all in. I'm telling you, dude. I'm like, if I wrote this story, the second that they accused the guy, I would have had him say, "Shield hero." ... This is his dialogue. Fuck all of y'all. I'm gonna kill every single one of y'all. I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna kill the king, and I'm gonna be the fucking leader. And that would have been his fucking goal. Because they fucked him over, and him just to kind of roll with... I understand he's strong. He can roll with the punches. That's what he does, because he's a shield hero guy. Fuck that shit. He should be the fucking bad guy. He should kill these motherfuckers for betraying him like that. Fuck all these motherfuckers in this goddamn show. I might keep watching it.
It gets better as it's one of those animes where like you kind of gotta like it and then give it a chance. It's just one of those give it a chance where like you just gotta keep watching it.
And I like his this companion. Like I like them too. I like their chemistry or whatever. I like how their relationship is starting to build up, and like you see how they're starting to trust each other and shit like that. I just don't like the idea of this guy who just got fucked over by everybody, and he just took it. He just took getting fucked over, and I'm just like, bro, stand up for yourself. Fucking tell these guys off. Tell them to fuck off. Fucking beat the shit out of them. Kill them. Do something. Like, I don't know. I might give it maybe 2 more episodes, maybe episode 6. I might call it quits there, but I'm not feeling it like Tower God. Yeah. Tower God, that's the motherfucking show right there. I'll give you props on that one. But this show, I don't know, Hector. I'm not really feeling this.
Which, a little side note, Alex, watch Tower of God. Trust.
Yes.
That one's on Crunchyroll. I would say watch that one if you could.
Trust the system.
Tower of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust the system.
Okay.
Now on to Gurren Lagann.
Alex, listen up.
Here's the thing, Rafa. I don't know if you're gonna be too happy.
Before you, I'm sorry, Hector. Before you continue, Alex, listen up, because I recommend you this fucking show like 1,000 times, and you don't fucking listen to me.
Did you not hear the sigh that he just let out? Hold on.
No. Listen up. Open your big stupid ass ears and take in the fucking words he's about to say. Go ahead, Hector. Before I fucking lose my mind again.
Give it to me before this man.
I liked the anime. I will not continue watching the anime though.
What? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm listening.
So the only part that really, so I watched the first 3 episodes and I thought, okay, you know what? The first episode was, world building. Obviously, there's Simon.
Right.
Was it Kamina, right? Or right? That's his name, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Kamina, and then the girl with the red hair. I honestly forgot her name, but
Mm-hmm.
uh,
The titty girl. Mm-hmm.
the titty girl. Yeah. So her, I see her, everywhere, like memes and anime stuff, right? But like honestly, here's the thing: like I enjoyed watching it. It's not an anime that I'm gonna go back. It's not gonna hit me like K-On! Where like I actually want to go back and watch it. This is one of those where like if I get to it, I get to it. It's not like a must watch. K-On! I will say has become a must watch. I haven't continued it, but this one I would probably say is one of those like I'm not gonna be upset if I don't finish this and or continue. I don't know if it hit you the way it hit me, but episode 2 where Kamina finds spoiler his dad's bones. You know what I'm talking about, Rafa?
Yes.
Yeah, that was wild. But the whole like backstory, like the Beast Men and like the crazy ass shit with like how they live. It's like, correct me if I'm wrong. They live underground and they're kind of. It's kind of like what is like Alita, right? In a sense.
Kind of. Yeah,
they're kind of like forced to live underground, and they get scraps like from like, is it like a king or something, right? Like the guy that yeah. So like he gives them scraps for doing all this, and then they kind of go up to the surface and fight in like mechs and shit. The mechs, the idea of the mechs and everything was like cool, but like it's definitely one of those animes where I was like, I see why it's one of the most loved animes. I think it's actually like a lot of people would say it's like their top anime, but like for me, I don't think it really hit the mark and really got where I was hoping for. Because like here's the thing, it's like you clouded up hard as shit, and like other people say it's one of their favorite all time anime. So I came in with like a extremely high bar of like expectations, and I feel like that's where I kind of should not have had. But again, with it being revered as one of the top, if not the top anime ever created, like I was expecting these first 3 episodes to hit hard, and then I'm like,
no,
yeah,
they were not gonna hit hard. This is a Alex. Don't listen to him. He's crazy.
No, you told me to listen to the word.
He did say,
I think
open your big ass ears.
My big ass ears.
No, close your big ass ears and listen to his words. Open your big ass ears and listen to me. Now, Hector, let me tell you why you're wrong. This show is it's a bit of a slow burn to start off. Okay, it kind of takes time to really get going, and you're getting and unfortunately it takes more than those 3 episodes. There's a certain thing that happens at a certain point that really starts to pick the show up, and you're not that far from that point. I I I plead to you, please don't, just give it a few more episodes. Just like me, how I'm gonna give Shield Hero a few more episodes. Give it a few more episodes. I'm telling you, dude, it really picks up. It gets a lot better as it goes on. And telling you, if you like what the mechs were doing these 3 episodes, bro, the mechs get buck wild. They get buck ass wild later on.
The 3rd episode with the mech was cool, I will say. When I think it wasn't Simon, it was the other guy who like he had ended up coming in. It was like it was like Gurren Lagann, right? That's the actual one. With like the drills and everything. That was cool, but
it gets better. The mech shit gets so much better. It gets so over the fucking top. I'm telling you, it sucks that it sucks that these 3 episodes did not win you over. But I'm telling you, you're missing out on an amazing fucking anime if you really don't give this shit a chance. I give it a few more episodes.
I'll give it a few more episodes because, like I said, it's definitely revered as one of the best, if not the best, anime. So, like, it definitely felt a little disappointing watching it, and I'm like, oh well. I was like, I'm not feeling it. It's a slow burn. But yeah,
it's a slow burn. It takes some time to really get going, But once it takes off, dude, I'm telling you, if I thought this show was alright or was decent or whatever, I would have been like, oh yeah, fuck it, you didn't like it, whatever, move on. But me
That's a great response,
trying to drive this fucking point through your skull says, I feel like I'm trying to portray to you like, bro, I'm not just saying this just because I like this anime. Like, I'm telling you, this fucking anime is a banger, bro. This anime fucking rocks, and it gets so much fucking better as later on in the later episodes. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. Listen to me.
All right, I'll give it a few more episodes. I'll ask you off pod what like episode you think I should get to before I give it stop giving it a chance. But
all right,
yeah,
all right. At least do me that. At least give it a few more episodes. If you don't like it, then your taste in anime is fucked, and I'll just move on.
Okay.
Alex, Alex, listen to me. Alex, listen to me. Don't listen to Hector. Watch Gurren Lagann, okay? Just say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Oh my God. Vice versa. Or, I'm sorry. Anime Swap. Woof, what a segment. It's kind of crazy. The first time around, we both loved each other's recommendations. This time around, we kind of struggled a little bit. We both of us weren't really sold on the anime that we were recommending to each other.
Yeah, I don't think we hit the mark this go around.
No, this time we kind of fucked it up for both of us. But, oh my God, what a twist, everybody. We have a special guest, Alex, here. And because he's our special guest, and because we thought it was a good idea, which I'm pretty sure we're going to regret it.
Definitely a good idea.
Alex here, because he's our special guest, is going to give us our recommendations for the anime swap for next week. So, Alex, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Okay, so I know that you guys have this anime rule where you have to watch at least 3 episodes. Yes. Now, 3 episodes is about what, an hour?
About
an hour.
About an hour.
Give or take. Okay, so I'm recommending an anime film with a runtime of about an hour. So
okay.
It's, no extra time.
So it's one movie for both of us?
One movie for both of you. So
okay.
I was reading. I personally haven't seen this, so I'm looking forward to you guys seeing it because I want to know if it's as amazing as people say it. It's not. Can I tell you the synopsis, or how does what can I tell you about it, or do you want to go in blind? I'll just tell you the title.
Talk a little bit about it. You don't have to go into detail.
So, according to myanimelist.net. The synopsis, the film is called Dark Cat. I don't know. I hope none of you guys are familiar with it.
Never heard
of it. Never heard of it.
Okay, beautiful. I'm just gonna read you the synopsis real quick here. I'm gonna butcher these 2 fucking names, by the way, but it's Hyoi and Royoi.
I love
2 brothers with the power to take the form of cats must unravel the mystery of a creeping tentacle demon plague before it consumes them and their classmates.
Wait, what?
Can I ask one question? Hold on. This isn't like
It's not.
This better not be some hentai shit, Alex.
It's not. You specifically told me not to.
Yes.
I did not.
So
this is an anime film.
If I understand you right, these 2 brothers have to become cats to stop a tentacle monster.
Based on the synopsis, it appears that way.
What the fuck I have not into?
When did this movie come out?
Yeah. Okay, so the movie released in the fall of 1991.
Oh my
fucking God. Fuck. This movie came out before we were even born.
So here's the thing. There's a reason why this is happening to you guys right now. Reason 1 is because y'all made me put money into these fucking movies that we saw in this episode. And reason 2 is because when you guys pitched me the idea of when it was my turn to give you guys the anime swap, the first thing to come out of y'all mouths was, he's going to give me some bullshit. And I wholeheartedly was not going to do that. But when you guys said, I was like, well, now I'm going to do it. So this is what you guys get. It's called Dark Cat. And I'm looking forward to hearing about it because, again, I have not seen it. But based on your recommendations, I might.
Okay, well, there you go, Hector. We gotta watch Dark Cat.
The Dark
movie.
Cat anime movie, 1991.
From
Okay.
1991. I've never heard of this shit, so
Yeah,
can't.
it was out before I was born.
I mean,
So-
but there's
so-
there's older shit that we've seen that I've seen that like Akira or like Cowboy Bebop, like that shit's old school, but like
Dope.
those are good shit. Like I've never heard of this.
I'm actually gonna look up what the art looks like for this. Hold on. But,
That's great.
So thank you, Alex, for your suggestion. You will know our answer next week when you hear the
Looking
podcast.
forward to it.
By the way, guys, because I am the best fucking host around, we literally forgot to answer the comment question that was asked to us. Because I don't know how the fuck I missed it, but really quick before we wrap things up here, guys. Favorite old school anime? Alex, I want you to answer this first.
Oh, holy shit, we didn't answer that. That was so
No,
long
we didn't.
ago.
It just popped in my head like, fuck, we didn't even answer
oh my
this
god, I'm
goddamn
sorry, I'm gonna have to
question.
cut you off. The artwork for this fucking movie looks atrocious. Okay, continue.
Old school,
gonna-
when you say old
old
school
school.
anime, that's like
Old school.
if
Back
Cowboy
in the day.
Bebop counts, then
Yes, I would
that
count
one.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yes, and that.
Personally, I was
Cowboy
gonna say the
Bebop.
same thing. Yeah.
Join us,
For
Rafa.
me, I'll pick Akira. Akira was really some good. That's some just good, badass anime movie shit right there. Awesome. Or Fist of the North Star. That's some cool. That's some just badass shit. You guys know what that is? Fist of the North Star.
No,
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but actually, I'm gonna change my answer from Cowboy Bebop to something else. But go ahead.
It's pretty much the you seen those those short clips on on the internet with the guy like pokes the dude in the forehead and his head explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, that's Fist of the North Star. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would say for me, I'm torn between two. Actually, no, I know my one. Inuyasha is my favorite old school.
Okay, I fucks with Inuyasha. I can see that.
okay. That's that Catman girl thing, right?
Yeah,
Is
he's
the guy
like
with the
half
sword?
demon with the big ass sword.
The blue hair
Mhm.
with the red.
Yeah, the red
Or
garb and he has
reddish
like the white
robe.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red. Yeah, right. Okay.
But yeah, Inuyasha is definitely my favorite old school anime.
Or-
I think it was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Pokemon, baby.
Oh, that too. Oh, dude, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
hold on. How come when I said Pokemon earlier, when y'all asked me what anime I watch, I got a resounding that doesn't count. But here we go. All of a sudden, it's favorite old
'Cause-
school anime.
Because I said so. That's why.
Okay, that's not fair.
uh,
Also, honorary shout out to what's that show called? Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Yeah, Sailor Moon. Yeah. Or Card Capture Sakura.
Oh, I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're just gonna name
Some-
shit now. All right, Digimon.
Hey man, Digimon's good too.
I thought we could pick
Hey.
one. I thought we had to pick one.
Hey.
The
Samurai
comment got us
Champloo.
on a roll.
Yeah, man. Damn, Alex, fuck. You act like you never read a comic
Afro
before.
Samurai? Is Afro Samurai old school cartoon? I mean, anime at this point.
No.
What? It's like
Old
15 years?
school? I think like old school, like maybe like 90s, early like 2000s.
Wasn't?
That's
oh,
what
no,
I
Cowboy
think.
Bebop was 20 years ago at this point.
Probably I was back in the day, like was it like 80s? 80s, 90s?
No, dude, Cowboy Bebop is more recent than that.
Really?
Yeah, because I got the
Was it 2000s?
anniversary
I think so.
edition. Yeah, it was 2000s.
It was 2000s, yeah.
Because I think we just hit 20 years, like last year, I think.
It came out in 1998.
Yeah,
There you
98.
go. See, yeah, end of the 90s. Anyways, guys, I think that's our show right there. It's a long ass anime podcast,
Two
the
and a
longest it's ever been.
half hours.
Bro,
But-
y'all said this shit was an hour long.
We normally do an hour long, but bro, we having you here and just the banter and with the list, it's long as shit. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
I had a good time.
I had a
was a
good
good
time
one.
too. Alex, anything you want to throw out? Any plugs you want to throw out? Anything you want to say to the people before we start wrapping things up?
No, just shout out to y'all for doing the anime thing. I love it. Love the podcast. Ever since we stopped doing Otaku on Geek Jar years ago, I've had a void. This is hitting that void. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna just check out the Playing Pod, the podcast game, the YouTube. Nope, Jesus Christ,
Wow.
the most video gamers podcast in all the land. That's it.
Cool. All right, cool. So we'll have that linked in the description.
Yes,
so you guys go
sir.
check them out. Click that link. Check it out. These guys are awesome. These guys are hilarious. I've been knowing Alex for like almost 2 decades.
Shit. Longer
Like
than
almost
that, ain't it?
like I've been knowing this guy for fucking pretty much my whole fucking life. Him and little Alex over there. Fuck John over there. You're meaning me over there, Alex. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna like that I call him that, but whatever. John, his younger brother, John and Alex, they're the Geek Jerk boys over there. Awesome shit. I've been knowing these guys forever. They make hilarious content. They're masters of podcasting by now. Me, including myself with these guys, we've been podcasting for years now.
Oh yeah, dude.
So these guys know what they're doing. Hilarious shit. Awesome segments. Really funny stuff they do over there.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about video games, pop culture, movies, TV shows, everything. They have a game show on their goddamn podcast. A whole goddamn game show. You believe that shit? They got sound effects and all that bullshit. Some good stuff. Guys, go check them out. Cannot recommend them enough. I'm pretty sure we're going to keep on recommending these guys to you guys, so go listen to them. Hector, any closest things you want to say before closest thing out?
No, man, just please share us out there. We're doing our grinding season right now. Getting this anime to you guys, that dosage, that weekly dosage. And we just love all the support and the love. Please comment down below if you guys have anything to say. As you can see, we do read them. We do reply to some of them when we see them. And yeah, go ahead, Rafa, close this baby out.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Remember, check out the Twitter. Get the updates. Check if you're on YouTube. But oh man, shit, I gotta go to work. Oh fuck, I gotta go to school. Well, school's out of session right now. But anyways, you gotta go somewhere. You can't be on YouTube. We got you. We're on Spotify. Put it on Spotify. Listen to the car. Listen to when you're on the bus, going to school, going to work, whatever the fuck you're up to. Check us out. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Like Hector said, comment down below. If you comment down below, if it's funny, if I like it, we'll read it on air. Right here for you guys to listen to it. So you get your own shout out too. Go ahead, guys. Let us know what you guys think. We try our best here every week, every Friday by 12 p.m. I want to say, give or take. It'll be out for you guys to see, guys listen to it. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you, Alex, for being here once again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for being my co-host, Hector. As always, I love you. Alex, I love you. I can't wait to be on your podcast. Fucking shit up over there. Hey!
Whoa.
You said.
Whoa.
I'm first.
Oh, we have some fighting words. So we're gonna fight after this. Okay, guys, thank you much for listening. This shit's long enough. We gotta close this shit out, man. I gotta go pee pee. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.
Give me a kiss. Kiss me, guys.
I think I'm gonna cut it off here. That's gross.
Ooh.